Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Well, damn. I will be damned if it ain't Wednesday. Welcome to our little old program here, what has come to be known as the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. You're looking good there, Cubby.
I am? Wow, thank you very much.
You got that look today. You got a look on your face that says, come at me, bitch.
Spring in my step, you say. I did shower last night. Maybe that's something to do with it. You know, you always feel a little better. You're rejuvenated after a shower.
Yes, nice.
You got that look on your face that tells me you're ready.
Yeah, I'm good to go. What's up, gang?
What's up?
Oh, I don't know. A little bit later, we'll do the Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder thing. 8 o'clock in the morning for you state of hockey dorks. We're going to go ahead and talk with Pigs wingman Marcus Foligno. Been a while since we rapped with Mark.
Yeah, it really has.
Over the last few weeks, this has happened and that has happened that got in the way of a telephone conversation with Marcus. He got sick. We got sick. Today, we're going to pin him down. He's been on strike now for the Winter Olympics for a good week or so. Good for him. Do we know, is he calling? He and the wife have been living on a nude beach or something? Where is Marcus calling in from?
As far as I know here, I'm not really sure exactly where he's been.
He's made it back to town now?
Sounds like it.
I suppose. What the hell's the date today? The 18th?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think they start playing National Hockey League games for another nearly 10 days.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, they got a good little stretch here.
So, but I imagine he's got to come back to town at one point or another and start practicing with the other players who aren't on strike.
Next Thursday is their first game.
18, 19,
and then they go, they're out of town.
Then they go out of town, he says.
They're Colorado.
I wonder who he's rooting for in the Olympic tournament, if in fact he cares at all.
I bet he does. And yeah, that is a good question because he's dual citizen, isn't he?
He's born in America, but he comes from a Canadian family.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about
And he lived
that.
in Canada for a good stretch of time, too.
Did he live up there for a while?
Yep.
His heritage is very Italian, you know. So I don't know. We'll have to ask him. Do you know anybody who roots when watching the Olympics? They root for the team. Like, say, Josh and I are mostly Irish. So that's who we root for in the Olympics? Do you know anybody
No,
who
Like somebody who wants
no,
to-
I don't, thankfully.
Who wants to make that their personality?
Right.
I used to.
Yeah?
I dated a girl she was Italian, right? I mean, if you met her, you could tell.
And Italians, they love to remind you that they are Italian.
Now, keep in mind, she's from here, right?
Right.
She was born in Minnesota her
Right.
entire life, never been to Italy, but she was, in her mind, very Italian.
Right.
And again, if you met her, you could tell. I mean, if she said it like, okay, I can see the heritage there and everything. Her parents, I mean, they weren't like speaking like Chef Boyardee or anything like that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But they had something that you could tell where they're Italian, but
Did
that was
she-
kind of her personality.
Did she do this a lot? Did she dump this on you a lot? Hey, I'm Italian.
Oh, yeah, that came out.
They love that bit.
And then they would identify with Italian actors or people who played Italians and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, probably big into The Sopranos.
Oh, yeah, big time.
They've got that gimmick. They've got that gimmick, and every one of them does it.
Irish people can be like that, too.
Yeah,
They like to bring up that they have Irish heritage.
Yep.
They're in second place, but I think there's quite a gap between second place and first place when it comes to constantly reminding the other person your background. And Italians do it in weird ways. Hey, You drove right through a red light. I did? Hey, I'm Italian. You know what I mean? Like, what? How does that factor in at all? You know, they
Kind of like
love
New Yorkers get that
New
stereotype
Yorkers
as well.
love it. They love it.
A bit, maybe the coasts in general. Like Los Angeles, certainly they like to bring up they're from L.A., even if they're not. But New Yorkers, I'd say, would probably be number one on that.
Let's find out who Marcus is rooting for when we talk to him.
I bet he's rooting for the Americans.
I'm going to say he doesn't care. I'm going to go with that.
I think he's rooting for all his buddies on, regardless of what team they play on.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's not rooting for any particular club. He just what's the comedy line? Everyone just have fun.
Mm-hmm. Try their best and have fun.
That became a popular thing. I'm going to say he's just going to go with the have fun route. But I don't know.
I had a real state of hockey my ass moment yesterday. I was flipping through Twitter and seeing what was happening. Somebody said, "Oh, Joel Eriksson X scored." I go, "Oh crap! The U.S. are playing? I completely forgot." Then I'm like, "Oh wait, just because he plays for the Wild doesn't mean he's American."
People make that mistake.
Yep.
But what are you going to do? I'm
Yep.
Italian.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. I was reading that today or this week is Random Act of Kindness Week or something along those lines. Has anyone else heard the same story?
Yeah. And it's also Ash Wednesday, so we'll be celebrating you today, Ashley.
Thank you.
It's your day.
Thank you.
Random Act of Kindness Week. You got anything planned? Well, wait a minute. I suppose
Nah.
if you were planning something kind, that would go against the overall theme of Random Act of Kindness Week.
Well, it could be random to the person who you show kindness to.
There you
so
go.
maybe
Good.
you have something planned.
Good point.
I always try and be very enthusiastic when I say hello to our coworkers in the halls and whatnot, and hopefully, give them a bit of whimsy for the day or show that they're appreciated.
This
So
is
it's
something
a daily
you-
random act of kindness, or maybe I guess it's not random if it's every day.
This is something you do every day, or you're focusing on it this week?
I do it I make a point out of trying to do that.
Okay.
And it was very difficult for me not to just wave at the two people that walked in the studio next to us.
Oh, I bet it was. I'm so sorry.
I think I found a loophole, though. This is part of I want to acknowledge, hey, I appreciate you. I give them a little head nod. Is that good?
That's cool guy stuff.
Oh, we're talking about...
Because you don't like it when I wave at people and there's two people that just walked in behind you, and there's a window there, and they, usually I will wave. However, I've stopped because I know it's distracting.
Yeah.
And you put up a sign which somebody tore down that said, "Don't wave at Josh." And so but I've kind of started giving a head nod, and I haven't seen you complain.
I haven't noticed your head nod, so no, it has not been a distraction.
All right, so you're okay with that?
Yeah, for
'Cause
now.
it was very difficult.
For now, I don't think that a head nod would ever bother me.
Okay, good.
You full-on waving like a little kid out of a school bus, yes, was kind of distracting.
And I understand. I didn't consider that at first until the one time I saw your face, like, what are you trying to tell me?
You're right. I had a no waving sign on the wall. Someone took it down. I'll put a new one up.
That's hilarious.
I'll put a new one up. Oh, Josh, we all know how you're wired. I'm sure you don't need a designated week to be kind to people. You say it's something you try to do every day. I like to think that I deliver plenty of subtle acts of kindness on any given day, like, say, holding the door for the next guy. I'm trying to think of some other little things that, what would you list as like a random act of kindness?
Tipping a little bit extra, like
sure.
tipping at the coffee shop. Usually
Sure.
people don't do that. So
Making sure you tip folks who are in that line of work. I don't know, maybe a little extra courteous behavior behind the wheel. I like to think that I do all of those things on any given day.
Yeah,
I think
same
that's
here.
Being a good person, a good citizen, out there in the world. Hopefully, maybe somebody's having a bad day and that's all they needed. Although I will say I've noticed this where sometimes I pay a little extra attention to those that are in a constant bad mood, hoping that maybe they'll see the world's not quite as bad as they let on. But it's not necessarily got me in trouble, but I've noticed I've even had to apologize to you guys, like, hey, you know what, I've kind of ignored your needs a little bit because I'm so focused on this other person that's completely miserable no matter what you do for them.
I've seen you.
And I've apologized to you guys for that
Yeah, those kind of people are the worst.
because I don't realize it at the time.
I've seen you get involved with characters like that over the years. Yeah, you always kind of try your best to be the little shining light in a room full of darkness, because that's how the overly negative person is looking at the world, just total darkness.
Yeah.
And you try to be this shining, happy light to help them along, and it never works.
And sometimes they're given so much, you know.
It never works because they are their own worst enemy.
you're right.
They are the ones who are creating all this darkness and negativity. You can't pull certain people out of that mess. That's something only they can do. Yeah, I've seen you fight an uphill battle in that fashion a few times over the years.
Unfortunately, there's a couple people that, you know, pretty much cost them their gigs here because they just couldn't snap out of it. Couldn't be polite to people. I mean, there's people here where you'd say hello and they wouldn't even say hello if you're the only two people in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when people do that to me. That pisses me off so much.
What is that exactly?
When I say hi to somebody and they don't say hi back, what's wrong with you? That's just like, do you not know how to be a human being?
I get a little upset myself, Smashley.
There was a guy that worked here and so here, if this makes you feel better, Ashley, I try and think, well, maybe there's something going on. And there was a guy that worked here that was like that. I'd say the first year he worked here. And I thought, wow, this guy really is a jerk. You know, I'm still going to say hi to him and be polite and things like that. But, man, he does not care about anybody else here but himself. And as a matter of fact, he almost kind of hugged the wall as he walked by because he didn't want anybody to talk to him. Or so I thought.
He had rug burns on his nipples from dragging his chest along the wall as he walked down the hall.
Yeah.
Because he would literally turn his body up against the wall. That's how opposed he was to interaction with people.
And it came across as he was just very standoffish. But I found out it was just because he was very shy. He's one of the nicest people you could meet. Got to know him at one of the Christmas parties or whatever. But he was just incredibly shy, so he in no way was trying to be rude. And I mean, I didn't say anything to him, but I don't think he knew he came off that way. Sometimes I wonder that too, like, oh, shoot, am I misrepresenting myself in some way? I have no idea. And that was all it was with him. But everybody thought he was a really rude guy. But more than anything, it was just he was in his own head.
We would walk down the hall and see this guy approaching, and Josh and I would wait and kind of try to predict how soon he would physically turn his body away from us and kind of drag his nipples along the wall as he walked.
I know you liked his girlfriend there. Cute little number.
I don't remember. I remember the guy, but I don't remember his girlfriend.
Yeah.
His girlfriend?
His girlfriend. He dated, what did she, I think she worked the front desk a little bit. She did a few things around here.
He dated a gal in the building?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the guy, but I don't remember his girlfriend.
Chaos coordinator, she just said when it happens to her where somebody doesn't respond when she says hello, she just says, it's okay. I don't like talking to me either.
Random act of kindness week. When I read that before we went on the radio, I tried to think of the last time I really did something out of nowhere, something notable that most people will go, wow, that's really nice. And Ashley, I think you'll really appreciate that, or appreciate this, because we're probably the two biggest barflies on this here radio program, or at least we spent a great deal of our lives as barflies.
Yeah.
I had a bucket full of free drink tokens about the size of your mother's ass at my house from my neighborhood bar, simply because I would gain them by volunteering and then put them in the bucket, and never once did I remember to bring them back to the bar to spend.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I mean, it frustrated me because I would tell myself, 10 minutes before I'm leaving the house, I would tell myself, grab a fistful of those free drink tokens, bring them out tonight. Use a couple on yourself, give a couple to your buddies, but I would forget every time. So next thing, I think I had somewhere in the neighborhood of like 125
Holy cow.
free drink tokens for my neighborhood bar. And finally, one morning, I was going to breakfast at this joint, and I just put them all in a bag and brought them to the bar and just said, everybody take some.
Nice.
So I ended up, I mean, it wasn't a packed house that morning. I ended up giving away, I don't know, when you consider what a beer or a drink is these days, I ended up giving away somewhere in the neighborhood about $400 worth of free drinks.
That's so awesome.
I just put them on the bar and said, take these friggin' things away from me because I never have the presence of mind to use them. They're all yours.
I do that same thing at the arcade that I go to. It's a place called Up Down. I have just a huge, again, like you, a bucket of tokens there. And anytime I show up there, they know me and they slide me free tokens. So what I like to do is just go around and I say token fairy, and then just drop some tokens in front of people on the bar stool, or in like the flat tabletop games. Go token fairy and just splash them with tokens. And everybody else gets a kick out of it. They love the token fairy.
That is fun.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just cute and whimsy.
What about you, Ashley? When's the last time you performed a random act of kindness?
I don't know. I don't get outside much.
I suppose, yeah.
I don't really either. Although I did buy Nick a shirt. Like if I see something that I know somebody will like, or I hope somebody will like, I like to get it for him.
You often buy me presents out of nowhere.
It's kind of weird.
And, yeah.
I like to do it. I want you to be happy.
Oh, I thought of something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was at a very hip coffee joint the other day. Do you guys... Nick, you probably would have hated this place. It was so hipstery.
Can I guess? Does the name have no vowels in it? Well, you'd know already. If that was the case. Okay.
No, that's not the case.
Because I know a hip place that our boss likes to go to, so I've gotten him gift cards there before. And the first time I had to ask, for whatever reason, my daughter knows more about our boss than I do. So I always have to ask her, what would he like? And she brings up this hip coffee place.
He's brought me to that joint once or twice, and I feel so out of place there.
Oh, yeah, I went there once with him, and he's like, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be?" I'm like, "Why would I not be okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right."
I'm fine.
Fancy drinks I can't pronounce. People reading like leather-bound books and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So
sorry.
you're at a hip coffee shop.
This was in Coon Rapids, Josh.
Talk about hip.
Anoka, but they had like some different things for sale that went to a charity, like a local cause that they were helping support.
Sure.
So I bought some, and so that the money would go to a good cause.
You bought some items where the proceeds went to charity.
Yeah, I felt good about that. It was
that's
something that I didn't need at all, never going to use, but it's fine.
This is funny from Offended Millennial Jesus, because I was worried that maybe we were coming across this way too. It's not intended, if that's the case, but he wants to give some advice for Random Act of Kindness Week. Make sure to record that act of kindness and share it on social media. Right? I hope you understand. Well, that's not what we're doing. But
it's always bothered me when people did that.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
My son, he watches, all these YouTube's people that talk about sports, right? Mm-hmm. And there's one guy I just can't stand. All he does is yell. He's not funny. He's got an attitude. He's got a strong opinion on everything, and it just gets kind of old. And so I'm like, why do you watch this guy? I don't get it. And why is it so loud? Why is he always yelling? And he's like, no, he's a real good guy. He's awesome. I'm like, well, how would you know that? And he's like, well, yeah, he mentions that he donates to charity and stuff. I'm like, well, he mentions that? Like, that doesn't necessarily convince me he's a good guy.
It's kind of like when the sports teams, they'll send out a press release that say, hey, the players are going to be out building a playground today, or they're going to be, come get video of this to put on the news of them at the hospital. It's like, yes, it's a good thing, but if you put out a press release because you want the attention for doing it, it kind of takes away from it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. When Prince passed away, so many people came out of the woodwork and like, hey, nobody knows this, but these are all the things he did for the community because he didn't want anybody to know. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was pretty honorable. But you're right. Like sometimes, like a team will say, "Hey, your favorite player, he bought 2 sections of seats for whatever charity," and then you find out, well, the team bought it. Right. They just kind of put his name on it. A little disappointing.
Speaking of sports, one random act of kindness I do that it's very minor, but it kind of I can sense people kind of dig it. Like, Nick, you're wearing an Islanders hat right now.
The New York Islanders. Mm-hmm. They're a National Hockey League club.
Yeah, so say I was, walking past you in Target, and I spotted that hat. I go, hey, go Islanders. And if you're wearing the hat in public, you probably care about the team, so they kind of gives them a little smile. They're like, oh, hey, yeah, go Islanders.
I love doing that.
So you holler, if you see a guy with a Boston Bruins hat on, you say, go Bruins, just to make the guy feel good?
Yeah, just a little boost.
For the record, oftentimes a guy can wear a hat and not care at all.
Oh, I'm one of those guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've had people walk up and say, What's with the Islanders thing? I'm like, it's a hat.
It's a hat. I got it as a gift.
It covers my head.
Oh, yeah, I got crap from a guy here. Remember that Nittany Lions hat I used to have back in
Penn
the day?
State.
Yep.
That's the Nittany Lions.
That's right. And
You were a big Joe Paterno guy.
oh, my gosh, I totally loved the guy. Read his book.
Joe Pa.
And so one of our coworkers came up. He's like, "Hey, Penn State, awesome. I love them too."
You look behind you.
Yeah, I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh, my hat." I'm like, "Yeah, I just thought it was a really cool hat." And then the guy kind of looked at me like I was a moron. But yeah, I've done that too, where I wear a hat.
Some people, when you pull a hat or a T-shirt on from a ball club, they think of it like it's a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's just a shirt. It's just meant to, the sign on the front of the convenience store where you need a shirt to get in.
Yeah.
It's basically the only reason why I pulled it over my head. I don't swear by this team or live and die with this.
Here's someone that says, "I wear a 93X hat every day. Couldn't care less." See, that's a perfect example. It's just a hat, man.
What am I wearing today?
93X sleeveless, what is that called?
A vest.
Vest. That's the word for it.
Do I care?
No.
No.
You look warm.
I look what?
You do look warm.
You look
I am
cozy.
warm.
Yeah.
Josh does perform a lot of random acts of kindness towards me. You are always buying me things, and it is a little weird.
I know.
And my wife comments on it quite a bit. Like, she'll walk up to me. Where are we now? February?
Yes,
You got a birthday next month.
I do.
The last 3 years, my wife will walk up to me and say, "Isn't it Josh's birthday coming up?" And I'll say, "Yeah, it's at the end of March." "Well, have you gotten him anything?" And I will say what I've said for years, "No." And she'll say, "You are the worst friend." He always is getting you things and always getting you little this and that, and you never
Thoughtful
get him anything.
I don't want anything.
That's what I always say. He doesn't want anything. He gets embarrassed.
Yeah, I do. And she's so sweet, because she'll text that to me. Like, he is such a bad friend.
Yeah.
He didn't get me and I have to tell her, like, legitimately, I don't want anything. So I know it's a little ironic that my love language is to get you things.
It's a little creepy.
But, I'm not out, unless it's a birthday or a holiday, it's not like I'm out there necessarily going, "Oh, I want to get Nick something today." If I just see it and go, "I bet he'd like that."
Matter of fact, everything that you've bought for me over the last year is in my pickup right now. I'm going to give it back to you. I can't have this. I can't have this lopsided final score.
I got to buy a different size, ladies, because Nick's so svelte. He gave up regular Gatorade, switched to zero, and lost 20 pounds.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, now I got to go.
I put a lot of it back on.
No, you haven't.
Svelte.
Yes, very svelte.
You want to know? You want to know? Other than giving up Gatorade, you want to know how I became so svelte?
Tell me.
I'm Irish.
Oh, yeah, you're
Hey, what do you want? I'm Irish.
This person says, "Random act of kindness. I saw a homeless person with a sign that said anything helps. So I said, get a job. Does that help?" No,
What
that's
the
No,
hell?
that's the opposite.
Who said that?
I hope you didn't do that.
Yeah, I hope that
I'm
was a
assuming
joke.
that's a joke.
It's the Wednesday
And what if the
broadcast.
person's like, "God darn it, why didn't I consider that?"
Yeah. Thank you for the advice.
The Wednesday broadcast. Again, we'll wrap with Marcus Foligno starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. Marcus, F me. Brad Ryder and Randy Shaver will be in the mix as well. Should we get going again, or what do you got in mind?
Sure, I was just going to Red Butcher Jesus, who we've had the pleasure of meeting on our most recent boat cruise, said, "My favorite act of kindness is not saying I told you so when I definitely told them so." That's restraint. That is definitely restraint.
Good for you, kid. When we come back, we'll hit up that stupid news report. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Cubby, you know me so well.
Yeah, I called it.
You do. You read me like a book. Off air, Josh and I were having a conversation. Here's how you know you've known somebody for too long. I made a noise off air before we went live this morning. A nonverbal caveman grunt, more or less. We moved on with our lives. Just a minute ago, Josh said, hey, when you made that noise earlier, was it because of this? And I said yes.
I didn't even notice the noise either. That's incredible.
Yeah, it was right before the show.
You guys are in love.
You don't even hear certain sounds.
No, I tune you guys out for the most part
I
when
know.
the mics are off. Yeah.
Even when the mics are on.
Yeah, sometimes, it's just...
He said, did you make that grunting noise because of this, this, and this? And I said, you are correct. All right. What were we talking about earlier? This week is Random Act of Kindness Week. So, pull your head out of your ass and come up with something nice to do for somebody or another. Got a couple text messages on Random Act of Kindness Week. Dirt late model Jesus. He's a tough guy. He says, I got a random act of kindness right over here. He says, I showed up for work today so the company doesn't have to shut down.
He carries that place. Somebody else said that they got a random act of kindness from the wife before work today.
Oh.
Wow.
Starting the day with a bang.
That's
See,
early.
that brings up an argument. A listener texted in and wants to know, is a BJ a random act of kindness? And I think, yes, a dome can fall under that category because back in the day, I think we all knew a gal or two that dished them out in a very random manner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I kind of felt bad for some of those reputations and some of the nicknames they received, where it appears they were very kind to a very large group of people, if that was to be believed.
I believe it.
Do you? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I went to a house party once where every guy walked out of that house party happy, courtesy of the same gal.
Oh my gosh,
man.
that's a golden jaw. Holy cow.
Golden Jaw. That's a good nickname.
Should be medical studies done.
That's what we called her. We called her Old Iron Jaw.
Yeah, we had a girl that got nicknamed Hoover for her acts of kindness.
Now, if you would have been in charge, I bet you could have come up with something 10 times better than that.
I just felt kind of bad for her because, that's not a reputation. Well, Well, a buddy of mine.
Do we agree that you would have done better than that if you would have been in charge of the nickname?
At the time, in the early 1990s, I thought that was pretty clever.
Missed opportunity. You should have called Cubby into that meeting.
But a buddy of mine, he went to Farmington High School.
Oh, my God.
I know. Don't hold it against him.
And he's still alive?
Yeah, and this is back in the day even. Now it's like kind of fancy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my God.
They've classed it up down
That
there.
sounds awful.
And he said there was a girl there that had that reputation, and it was earned. Very much earned. So it sounds like just you kind of witnessed or were around this with the girl in your class. He said it was like that, too. And
I witnessed it. I looked down.
So, the reason I bring it up is because I guess I'm going to contradict what I thought a second ago. He said that she very much liked that reputation.
She did.
She liked being that person and having people say that about her.
Sure. Everybody's good at something. Farmington High School.
Yeah.
This is someone that you know personally?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's doing just fine.
That definitely makes sense on her part. I mean, what else is there to do?
What else is there to do in Farmington?
I got
Might
it.
as well.
It's funny. We've talked about a couple of these times, but I've got like a reputation or a nickname or something like that is completely undeserved. It's from a one-off thing, and all of a sudden I become that. Like I was the party guy after getting drunk once on a company sent us or wherever we went.
The guy got drunk once.
Yeah, and I was like Mr. Party
Right.
after that. And 2 years in a row, they thought I was the party guy. But I've told you this before. When I lost my virginity, I was a little older than I think all of you.
Ooh, this is gross.
I couldn't complete because I was so nervous, and I faked my first orgasm.
Yeah.
And I thought the whole time, like, I should really be enjoying this. I was 18 and I still wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. But she was so aggressive.
Too nervous to finish.
Yeah, and I knew how.
Man.
But I couldn't.
God, you were a tortured kid.
I know. And then I told my dad afterwards because I felt so guilty. And we didn't have those conversations.
Oh, my God.
But I couldn't. And so she started telling people at school that I was this stud.
This guy's pumping away for hours.
Yeah, and so the girls called me the Energizer.
It wasn't even prom, was it?
No,
But
not
you were
at all.
pumped. And they called you what?
The Energizer.
Right.
And, I mean, it was so... I got this cool nickname, and guys were like, dude, that rules. So I couldn't tell them, well, it's because I was terrified. It had nothing to do with being this stud or anything like that.
Roll with it.
During the act, you probably were having the conversation with your dad in your head, thinking about what you were going to tell him about how you just committed this sin.
I was thinking of almost everything but what was happening at the time.
Yeah, I'm
Outside
sure.
of, I can't figure this out. And then I thought, you know what? This will be a good story to my buddies that I finally lost my virginity. I was the last one of all of them.
Poor Josh.
I told Josh's dad everything I'd ever done also.
That was a long conversation.
I think that's what killed him.
I held him down against his will, and I told him everything.
Stop!
Yeah. There you go.
Drunk Uncle Firefighter Jesus said, so I mentioned that at my school, the girl was called Hoover. In Wayzata, her nickname would have been Dyson. Oh. It's a fancier vacuum.
Oh.
Yeah. Higher end vacuum.
Yeah. All right, you bastards. We might as well get a rolling towards that stupid news report. But we're all in agreement that a BJ should fall under the canopy of a random act of kindness.
Oh, I think that's really
I'm
nice.
cool with that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's a gift. That is a gift.
Fair enough. I'll admit it. I can be a very gullible person. I can. If you spin a story well enough, I'm likely to buy it. And I think part of the reason I'm likely to be gullible, part of the reason I'm likely to believe a BS story is that I feel like I've experienced some crazy things and known some absolutely crazy people over my lifetime. So I assume that damn near anything is possible. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, my dad was shot by his own brother. I know a guy who got a DWI while driving his mother's station wagon down a set of railroad tracks. I watched a 60-year-old man try to stab a 12-year-old boy. I've seen some things. So
You watched a guy eat a baby bird for weed.
I watched a guy swallow a baby blue jay for marijuana.
You have some of the craziest stories
and
I've
did
ever heard.
Somebody smoked ants or something like that? Or what did they smoke?
Black
Some type of
pepper,
bug.
bugs.
Yeah, bug. Just
Somebody smoked some bugs. So I think because I've experienced some things and I know some truly unique and insane people, I'm likely to believe damn near any story. But as gullible as I can be, I don't think I would have gone along with this one. This here. I think I'd call BS pretty quickly on this one. And I think you folks would too. A lady way out there, India. Don't you know? A lady was able to trick. I don't know what's going on. Suddenly the cough has returned.
that gets to me too. I have to bury my head.
God,
under
I'm so. It's been
table
3
here.
friggin' weeks already. Sorry.
You're halfway there.
That's what I'm told, really.
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks. Okay. A lady way out there in India. She was able to trick her family into thinking that she had transformed into a snake.
Okay.
I don't think any of us would buy that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
That's if that I would feel like quite the fool if she really did, but that's tough to believe.
Her folks bought it, her brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, they all believed that she had transformed herself, shape-shifted into that of an enormous snake.
Question.
Yes.
Do you guys know anybody who is almost that gullible?
Sure.
Yes.
Where if you
I
told
think,
the story good enough?
I mean, me, like I just said, I think
I don't think you're almost that gullible for the snake
okay.
thing.
Oh, okay. I
like
guess
something this hard to believe.
No, something this ridiculous, no. So I know this comes off like we're talking about 1756 or something from hundreds of years ago. But this was just a week or so ago. They're a little different in India from what I understand. It says here the gal, she's young, 25. She attempted to avoid an arranged marriage by tricking her family into thinking she had transformed herself into a snake. The motivation was to avoid an arranged marriage.
You guys know anybody who has been a part of an arranged marriage?
No!
No.
A very good friend of mine.
Did he go to Farmington?
No, he didn't go to Farmington. I don't know where he went, but you've met him before. But he dated a girl who was going to be in an arranged marriage, and to marry him was a big deal. It was very divisive in the family, and he had to go through a lot of steps to be able to be with her, including paying money.
Okay,
to the parents.
because she was briefly part of an arranged marriage, in order for him to marry her, it was a big process?
Oh, yeah.
Like
a really big deal. I learned this all from him, and I don't know how.
because of religious this and that?
Yeah, and it was, like Scout's honor or something that you make a promise to this other family, and it was really taken seriously. So maybe that's not the case in every situation.
Man.
I should ask my wife, because she had a friend who was in an arranged marriage, and it worked out. They weren't super excited about it at first, meaning the couple. But yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't know, if everything was formally approved when they finally got engaged. And this has been, I'd say, a decade of trying to get this worked out.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. For the love of Pete, okay, this gal's family was so convinced that she was suddenly a snake that they called the police.
What are they going to do about it?
Well, I think what they do is they put the person on speakerphone and call everybody around for a good laugh. That's probably what they do.
They called the police. Police, it's us down the road. Show up, guns blazing. Our daughter is a snake. And the neighbors and whatnot also fell for this gimmick. The neighborhood fell for it, so much so that a huge crowd gathered outside the gal's house so they could maybe get a look at the snake lady snake. The whole neighborhood showed up. They bought it. And they showed up in droves to maybe get a look at what she had become.
I guess if other people were going, I'd be like, yeah, why not?
I got nothing going on.
Yeah.
It says here in India, they call it a naga, a supernatural half-human, half-serpent being. This is something that they believe in to a certain extent in India. A supernatural half-human, half-serpent being. How could anyone who isn't 4 years old believe such a thing? But anyway, the naga has a long history in Indian folklore, don't you know? There's a popular television show over there called Noggin, and don't get cute with that.
Dang it.
It's about a shape-shifting female snake who takes the form of a human woman to seek revenge for her parents' death. That sounds horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of blended into their culture, this snake person idea. Rena is the gal's name who came up with the suddenly I'm a snake idea. Well, she didn't come up with it. Like I said, it's kind of bred into their culture, but she's the one who, she was trying to squirm her way out of a ridiculous arranged marriage. The only details I have here as to how Rena was able to convince her family that she was no longer human and had shifted into the form of a snake. The only detail I have is that she left some snake skin on her bed one morning, and she took off. So come on, that was, and the first idea that anyone comes up with is, well, now she's a snake. She left some
This is
snake.
the only logical explanation.
right.
Yeah, she's a snake.
Snake.
She left some snake skin on her bed, and the family said, "Oh Christ."
So IT System, Jesus, and a couple other people are texting in saying they fight the Naga all the time in World of Warcraft. It's a character in World of Warcraft.
Oh, funny.
And he sent me a picture. That's
They look
intimidating.
scary. Yeah.
Got
a big sword.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but Zillow, or Nick, are you familiar with Zillow?
Zillow.
Like you
go
can-
ahead.
Oh, the house hunting?
Yeah, you can, if you're looking for a house or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Or if you just want to see a house that's not even on the market, you can put in an address or whatever.
I love doing that.
Do you really?
I'm like, ooh, how much is that? Oh, my gosh. $500,000? Look at that room.
You know, I wonder how accurate some of those are. But anyways, Zillow just announced that they're going to start having a way to explore homes, I guess. There's some homes in World of Warcraft. So there's a Zillow for World of Warcraft right now. It's pretty hilarious.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at that next.
Rena, the snake lady. So she left that snake skin behind on her bed, and then she took off out of town with the dude that she truly wants to marry, not the jag-off that her family had arranged for her to marry. The local cops are trying to track the two of them down as we speak. As effed up as it sounds, I guess if we were living in India, it wouldn't be so effing weird.
Well, Medical Device Jesus, he's Indian, and he said, you know, it's kind of similar. There's people here that believe in Bigfoot. So I mean, I didn't even consider that, right? So that's just kind of what's going on over there, I guess.
I don't believe that
The
he's
whole neighborhood.
Indian.
Have you ever? He looks Indian.
Well, the reason I say that is because I've known quite a few Indian people in my lifetime, and they're all very kind, soft-spoken, wonderfully nice people, and he's kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, you know, his heritage is Indian. I know he's been to India, but maybe because he was born elsewhere? I'm not sure. He'll have to get back to us.
So the local police chief, because there are enough people in this neighborhood who buy the idea of a human suddenly becoming a snake, the local police chief had to make an announcement to everyone in town. He had to say, the claim that Rena turned into a snake is just a rumor. We are on the lookout for a person, not a serpent. Police chief had to say that to the neighborhood.
It is kind of fun, you know, when you'll watch like a press conference where a sheriff or a police chief has to say something like, I can't believe I have to mention this. That's got to be one of those.
Yeah, I mean,
our bosses had to send emails like that.
I mean, who's the person who has to sit there and type up warning labels? Ridiculous warning labels.
Because
like
somebody's done it, right?
Right. Like a hot pot of coffee. Don't pour this into your genitals.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm talking about, the little warning. All right. Fascinating stuff, though. It must be very entertaining at times to live in a village in India when these stories cut loose. I mean, my God, the whole neighborhood shuts down.
We talked about that elephant not too long ago that killed like 22 people, and they can't catch this thing.
Sorry,
Keeps coming back for more.
The
I
serial
don't mean
killer.
to laugh, but what is going on?
That was in India.
Yeah.
The elephant would run into town from the woods,
Kill some people because it was horny.
Stop.
crush some people.
Yep.
Guts out the ass, the whole thing. And then it would run back into the woods.
Can't catch me. Just slow.
And they have a whole team looking for this thing.
Right? Like, I mean, how fast can they go? Like
they can
10
run kinda
miles per
fast.
hour? I
They're
don't-
quite large, though. You'd think they'd be able to catch them.
yeah, you could hear them or like feel them coming. They got to shake the ground to some degree.
It's been on this killing spree for years, and no one can get a lasso on this damn thing.
Yeah, I guess not.
And it just seems so common at this point. They're like, oh, did you hear Grandpa Joe passed away? Oh, was it the elephant? Yeah, the elephant got him. The elephant got him.
Oh, wow.
Another grandpa
Elephants,
gone to the elephant.
elephants can reach a top speed of 25 miles per hour.
Yeah, they can cook.
Yeah,
It's a little faster than I thought.
I'm sure you've seen some
You ever heard of an automobile?
Well, for something
what?
that size?
What are you talking about?
You ever play any of that beer pong?
Sure.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never once. I just feel
like
left
it.
out.
You still like it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I like it. Josh, we can play. I can bring in some red Solo cups.
I'll bet you dominate something like that.
I'm pretty good.
Okay, Josh is going to play beer pong. We need some solo cups. We need some ping pong balls and ping pong battles, and we need some root beer.
Yeah, A&W.
Yeah.
I
gonna do
have a couple beers every night before bed.
Nice.
I'm going to do some sugar-free soda and then some sugar soda.
No.
So we can see, it makes it a little bit more dangerous for
I'm not
you.
going to do that.
I was never much for playing beer pong, a little bit here and there.
Looks fun.
We did it a lot when we were underage, 18, 19, and then you just kind of realize how gross the whole concept is.
Does seem kind of gross.
We have never actually drank like as far as I can remember, even like my buddies, we never drank the liquid that was in the cups.
Oh, yeah. So we would play in the basement of a crappy St. Cloud State house. The ping pong ball would bounce off the table, roll around in a bunch of dirt and pubes, and then you'd pick it up and you dunk it in a little thing of water as if that was going to disinfect anything, and then you just throw it in your buddy's cup, and then he would happily drink it.
Oh, toughen up.
I used to pop those in my mouth to clean them off. Especially when I was drinking, I was just ballsy. I didn't care about germs at all.
That still doesn't bother me.
I'd just pop it in my mouth, like, all right, there you go, all better.
There was a time a few years ago where if a beer party didn't feature beer pong, just shut the lights. Forget it, right? It was so popular a number of years ago.
Yeah, they started selling beer pong kits at the register of liquor stores. Bunch of solo cups and ping pong balls right there for you.
It became really popular. We played a couple different types of...
What are the rules?
Oh, don't bother.
Oh, is that too complicated?
We played a couple different types of beer pong. So it was a brief relation. I'll tell you
Just throw the ball at the cup. You're good.
Well, we would play it with actual ping pong paddles. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that you said paddles. I thought maybe you were just being a
Well, no,
goofy,
I've never seen that.
You never played this type of beer pong where you put... Okay, I can't believe I'm going to do
Sorry.
this. Sorry. You fill up 2 solo cups, put them on the corners of the ping pong table. And then you fill up another solo cup. You put it dead set in the middle on either side of the net. So there's 3 cups on either side of the net. 2 on the corners, 1 in the middle. You just play a regular game of ping pong. But if I rip that sumbitch at you and it goes in the corner that you're standing in, you drink the whole beer.
Fun.
In the other,
I like that.
If it lands in the middle, both yous on that side. Both of my opponents have to drink there. Josh, you ever have this moment where suddenly you realize a kid is a fully grown adult? A few years ago, I'm playing beer pong. I want to say word up to Glenn and Kim, good friends of mine, and their daughter Abby. We're playing beer pong at a party one night, and I had known Abby when she was a young girl, and suddenly now she's 19, 20, 21, right? But I didn't really know her. She didn't really know me. She was a friend of mine's kid.
Yeah.
I was her parents' friend. But suddenly we're at the same party together. She's 19, 20. And we were playing beer pong. I took a break from beer pong. And Abby walks up to me and says, hey, you want to be my partner for beer pong? I said, I don't think so. I'm just going to kind of hang out over here. So, no, you go ahead. And then someone in the other corner of the room says, hey, Abby, are you ready to play ping pong, beer pong? And she says, yeah, but Bourne's being a total bitch over here. He doesn't want to play. And
That sounds like my family, the way they talk about me.
And I kind of looked at her like, do I know you?
I love her for that.
Yeah, the last time I saw you, you were 11.
Well, why you acted like a bitch?
And now you're calling me a bitch. All right. Beer pong. 19-year-old kid, Summers. A 19-year-old kid has suffered an awful, terrible beer pong injury, and everyone's been talking about it. By the time she was all said and done, this kid had to sit through 6 separate operations before the problem got straightened out. My damn. So the kid comes into the hospital, like folks are known to do. Kid comes into the hospital. He says his throat hurts a whole bunch. He can't swallow. Breathing isn't as easy as it should be. He told him he was playing some of that beer pong earlier in the night with his broskies. So doctors took a look down his yapper, and F me running, the kid had a bottle cap lodged in what they call here his upper esophagus.
Ow.
And the kid said, oh, yeah, it must have been in the cup. And the doctor said, huh? And the kid told him he had to slam a red Solo cup full of beer along the way while playing beer pong. That bottle cap must have been at the bottom of that pig.
Oh.
He didn't feel dick at the time, but he was sure that's how it happened.
He must have been pretty tuned up if he didn't feel that.
No kidding.
And he was right. That's how it happened. Next thing you know, the doctors and whatnot, they had their hands full trying to drag that bottle cap out of the kid's throat hole.
Without slicing it open.
Yeah, without cutting the piss out of his throat or killing him dead. It became a thing. Like I said, 6 different operations before doctors were able to kick that bottle cap out of his windpipe. What they call here foreign body ingestion. That's the medical term. It's most common with the, kids. Usually they're really tiny little bastards between 1 and 3 years old. And we get a lot of those stories delivered to our Stupid News headquarters. You got the kids who like to swallow those magnets.
You were mentioning the silly warning labels. I mean, that's one of them, right? Those little magnets they had to tell parents and put on the box, whatever they come in, like, please tell your kids not to swallow these things.
Right. The kids that like to swallow magnets, this and that, batteries, coins, they'll gut damn near anything.
Yeah.
Summers in the neighborhood of 3,000 people wake up dead every year from swallowing funny things. And, of course, when it comes to the overall numbers of folks who swallow funny things, drunk college-age kids, like this 19-year-old kid we were talking about, drunk college-age kids factor in quite a bit, too, because, as we all know, drunk college kids are always looking to prove something. This kid got lucky. They say he got lucky that he didn't turn up dead.
Ashley, you might have to do this someday. In 6th grade, I had a friend that swallowed 2 Legos.
Oh.
And so he went to the emergency room, and the doctor's like, yeah, don't worry. He'll pass them, just check what he's producing. So the parents had to go through, and make sure those Legos came out.
Honey, get the poop knife.
You might have to do it, Ashley.
I don't want to.
You might have to. I'm
he
sorry.
already puts everything in his mouth. Sketches me out.
By far, though, the most outrageous beer pong story I could tell you. This was a more traditional game of beer pong we were playing where you throw the ping pong ball at the cups and it goes this way and that way. Now, I was never terribly dialed into the rules and everything, but wasn't there something in the mix where when your opponent is taking a very important shot, you can do something to distract them?
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times women will pull their boobs out and stuff like that.
Oh, their boobs.
Yes.
Oh, see, I
Really?
saw something a little lower.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
From a young lady?
Their boobs, you say?
Yes.
Sometimes they get them out to distract the opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw, like, their vagina boobs.
Are you serious?
Yeah. This was so lights out. It came to that point in the game where the opposite club was about to win, so this lady who was playing decided, I'm going to distract them. And she unfurled her naked vagina and put it up on the table.
She put it on the table.
That's a team player.
But here's the best part of it. Did she know maybe 2 guys out of the 25 in the room? Maybe. She was an absolute stranger to everyone but about 1 or 2 guys in the room.
You know what? Good for her. I love that.
Was she someone you knew ahead of time?
I knew her boyfriend.
Okay.
I had met
was her boyfriend there? Her boyfriend was there.
Yeah,
right?
he
what
was.
would he do?
He absolutely wanted to dig a hole in that garage and live there for the rest of his life. He was so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that saves me from asking my follow-up. I was going to ask if she's somebody that you could totally predict. So obviously not. If even the
She's a
boyfriend
very
was surprised.
unpredictable person. I mean, everyone in the room could not believe it. She just put it on the tape. And it made like a slapping sound. when it
Girl, why?
put it
Okay.
on the table.
I mean, I'm happy for her, but like that.
You're happy for her.
Yeah, have that kind of confidence. Good for you, girl.
Do you know if she created any Eskimo brother relationships that night?
I mean, did she take on multiple men?
Well, I mean, if she's willing to just throw it on the ping pong table.
I didn't stick around long enough, Dana, to
Okay.
find out. But, I mean, it was... Dudes were lying on the floor of the garage because they were laughing so hard. They could no longer hold themselves upright. They had to lie down.
Was it a nice one?
They're all nice, Ashley. Uh-oh. Matt, maybe they're not all nice based on Nick's reaction.
Normally that wouldn't be a difficult question to answer. I got to go ahead and say no.
Oh, no.
Making maps, Jesus said, yes, the old clam cleavage. The vagina boobs you saw.
Yeah, actually, jot down vagina boobs for a potential podcast title.
Oh, good one.
I hate to say it, Ashley, but no. It wasn't a good one.
I mean,
Now
she
I'm
still
not happy for
appreciated
her.
it. I'll tell you what, that ends a lot different than if a guy pulls it out. If a guy is going to do the exact same thing with his man vagina, I have a feeling that that's going to end up in a fight or a police call.
Oh, you
No,
think so?
I've seen that plenty of times where I'm playing beer pong and it's kind of like a male-dominated party at that point in the night, and the dudes will just like flash their balls. Like, all right, I've seen way too many balls in that situation.
It's like watching Oz.
It's ridiculous.
And you know what? I'm going to change my answer. Ashley, it was a good one.
Okay.
It was.
Sure it
It
was.
was
Are you
good.
sure? You sure?
Yeah, it was good. Hell, it was great.
I think that's very kind. I mean, I would never turn down taking a look.
Here it is, you bastards.
Nowhere to
Try to make
criticize.
that winning shot now, Cubby.
Oh, I would have loved to have been there.
All right. We got to get going.
I would have started
People are
clapping.
saying, though, if you put it on a ping pong table, a vagina, and it makes a noise, it's not a good one. That's how you determine.
They don't know. They weren't
it's a
there.
good one.
It was a great one. It was the best one.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Yeah, you would talk about going from 100 to a 0, from the scale of being excited, being pumped, being just ultimately happy to be here. And, then you get to hear news like that and trying to navigate a lot of emotions.
Yeah, Pablo's not going to be able to play baseball this year.
That's insane.
I know.
What a
Poor guy.
friggin' nightmare.
No kidding.
What a friggin' nightmare.
It was comical at this point.
Pablo's not going to be able to play baseball this year. Pablo Lopez for the Minnesota Twins. Starting pitcher, don't you know? His elbow or his arm fell off. I don't know what happened. This just blows.
Things are not good for the Twins.
No.
I was looking at season tickets the other day. It's pretty cheap. I was thinking
Oh,
about
are they?
I was thinking about it.
We
I thought,
dropped ours.
Oh, they're desperate to get people back. My buddies will send me forwards of emails they get from like the sales rep that they canceled on. They're basically saying, "Would you like to have a night with my wife? Like, anything you want if you just take buy these tickets."
I
again.
get one every day. I get an electronic mail every day from the Twins. I'm not bothered by it. I get it.
Yeah,
I feel for them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I feel for 'em.
they'll get me eventually. Just keep dropping it a little bit more.
I've shifted my focus and hopes for the season. I kind of, like Nick, you've said, maybe they can be competitive. Maybe some young guys might
They're going to
step
be.
up. I've changed my goals. I just hope they hire Ludacris to do one of those post-game concerts that they've been doing.
Oh, yeah.
My wife goes to those when he does them.
I bet you they'll have a lot of those.
Yeah.
They'll have a lot of post-game activities trying to get folks to come into the ball game. Ludacris will be there. Wasp, those two groups just made an appearance at the NBA All-Star game. Wasp and Ludacris. Oh, man. Yeah, we can get into more details. I mean, there's not much else to know. Pablo Lopez done for the season. There goes your ace. I know we don't have a lot of time here, but did anyone else catch the Human Centipede team ice skating last night?
No, I didn't watch it.
Never seen this before. Human Centipede team ice skating.
Like
you got one guy.
skating?
Speed skating, yes, sorry. You got one guy in the front. It's a three-man team. One guy in the front. The guy behind him has his head up the lead guy's ass.
Ew.
And there's a third guy
My gosh. That's
with his
so
head
funny.
up the second guy's ass. It's Human Centipede speed skating.
It is.
And they match each other's strides perfectly. They call it the chase or something. They call it chase speed skating. But it should be called Human Centipede. It's beautiful.
So does the third guy kind of dart out towards the end? Is this like a drafting type deal?
They remain in that centipede position,
same
Josh.
positions.
Yes.
Yeah, wait, are they hanging on to each
Yeah,
other
they hang
too?
onto each other's ass cheeks.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
One guy looks like he's puppeteering the guy in front of him by
Right.
putting his hand up his
That's
Right.
what it looks like. I mean, what else? Where else would their hand be? It has to be up the butt.
And it appeared to me that the United States Human Centipede ice skating team was terrific.
Oh, cool.
They look cool.
How do you get into that? Gosh,
I want
for
one of
money.
those helmets.
that's just so funny to
A
me.
science experiment, I believe. is. All right, Golden Gopher basketball won a game last night. At 7:30, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder will duck in. At 8 o'clock, we'll also talk to Marcus Foligno on the telephone. Cubby's got some more news for you here right quick.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
Mic Drop, hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ridland.
What does it mean to be an American?
Be American is you love your country above all else.
I love this country. I was born here, raised here. I offered my life to serve this country.
And if you don't do your part to preserve what we have here and our culture, it's going to be gone. And we can't let that happen.
Yeah, that's Mic Drop.
Mic Drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Idly ho, neighborinos.
93X.
Half-assed morning show.
This is not normal behavior for a 16-year-old. We want to find out who it is and stop him as quickly as we can.
A 16-year-old was arrested by police in Florida earlier this month. He's accused of exposing himself to multiple women. And since making the arrest, more possible victims have come forward. The first incident happened January 30th. A woman described in a sheriff's office report as, quote, elderly, was walking her dog when a male in a pickup truck stopped and asked her where the park was. As she gave him direction, the teen touched his erection. She cursed at him, walked away, and reported the encounter to the sheriff's office. Less than 2 weeks later, the same sheriff's office received 2 more reports from women who said a male asked them for directions and then exposed himself and touched his penis, saying things like, "You want some of this?"
No. Something very, very serious needs to be done about this before it goes any further.
Totally agree, because they did not want any of this, Ashley. One of the women had kids in her car. Thankfully, they didn't see the teen tugging it. Both women were able to provide deputies with the truck's license plate number. They located that vehicle, pulled the teen over. One of the victims was able to positively identify him. The teen told deputies he got the idea from watching porn, and he thought it was funny.
He thought it was funny. I'm not sure that our detectives believe that, but he just thought it was a funny thing to do.
Since the arrest, more possible victims have come forward.
It takes some kids a little longer to grow up, Cubby.
Yeah, that's bit concerning.
Yep.
As you said, Ash. The NYPD demoted a lieutenant as the department's Internal Affairs Bureau investigates accusations he slept with a snitch. The disgraced officer began a torrid affair with a confidential informant while serving as a sergeant. Although it's not mentioned in the NYPD's administrative guide, sex with a CI isn't tolerated in law enforcement because it could compromise investigations. One of those they thought people just knew.
It's like Dexter.
Yes, exactly. It was clear as day that it was happening, and that's why they demoted him and knocked him back down to sergeant. She's a CI, and that means she's doing stuff that's not on the up and up.
Oh, she's doing stuff all right.
And he's having an affair with her? I don't get it, a police source said.
You don't get it?
No. The investigation also revealed that he was married at the time, so the CI was a snitch on the side. In the meantime, he was transferred to the Manhattan court section, where he watched over prisoners who have come in for criminal hearings.
How many prisoners did he bang?
They didn't say yet, but they say at the same time of the snitch sex, there was also allegations he was engaging in separate relationships with an NYPD employee as well.
Busy guy.
Yeah, he liked to have some sex, and people apparently, they were all for it.
They were willing to give it to him.
A sexually transmitted ringworm is spreading in one U.S. state.
Oh, yeah.
And congratulations, whores. It's Minnesota.
Hell yeah.
F me. Isn't that something? Yeah, I swear to God, I read something about this. A sexually transmitted ringworm.
Minnesota is seeing the largest outbreak of sexually transmitted ringworm in the U.S.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
I saw pictures. You know what I said? I said gross.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of gross. With more than 30 confirmed or suspected cases reported since last July, all within the Twin Cities metropolitan area, and it's the biggest outbreak in the country.
Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
That's right. The ringworm has circulated in Europe and among people who traveled to Southeast Asia for sex tourism for several years.
Sex tourism?
But it isn't currently considered widespread in the United States. Sometimes mistaken for psoriasis or eczema, the infection spreads through skin-to-skin contact.
Is there a cough involved?
No cough. Apparently, it's just exposure to fungal spores from horny people. It can spread through genital contact, and present as face ringworm. You know what you got to do to get that.
Thanks a lot, North Metro.
Face ringworm, torso ringworm, chili ringworm, as well as arms and legs ringworm, each causing painful, itchy, red, coin-like rashes. Some patients might develop painful and persistent rashes that can lead to scarring or worsening infections that need to be treated with antibiotics, health officials warned. To prevent exposure, people should avoid sexual contact if they or their partner has a new gross rash, and avoid sharing personal items such as clothing, towels, bedding, or razors.
Or personal stories.
Yeah, don't even say anything about yourself.
So it's made its way to the United States, and so far we're leading the league.
Yeah, we win.
What part of town would you like to put the blame on? I'm putting this on the North Metro.
North
Coon
Metro
Rapids,
seems like an easy target.
Andover, Anoka. Who am I missing
if we're going
up there?
South Metro, we could pinpoint Burnsville.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Burnsville's got enough problems.
Apparently, she isn't the only one who thinks a tractor's sexy. An Idaho man with a serious attachment to his John Deere equipment is accused of pointing a shotgun at repo agents and threatening to kill them rather than let the machines roll away.
Okay, I thought you were going to say he was banging his tractor.
No, not that I'm aware of, but he was very attached to him. 45-year-old Cade Carter is accused of telling a repo man, "I'll blow your effing head off," while pointing a 12-gauge shotgun at him and another agent after they tried to repossess his beloved John Deere tractors.
Oh, being a repo man for farming equipment, that's
Yes.
got to be absolutely terrifying.
Proves that Kenny Chesney isn't the only one writing passionate odes to farm equipment.
Kenny
F you!
Chesney.
You're not taking my tractors, blasted Carter, I'll effing kill you, he told the repo man. Apparently, he was standing in the way of his prized John Deere, so they couldn't leave with it. The Fremont County Sheriff's Office said one of the agents was sitting inside Carter's tractor and attempting to take off with it when the angry Idahoan jumped in front of the machinery and began threatening the agent from the ground below. Police were called to assist. This happened about 8 p.m. After deputies arrived, the repo man said he and another agent had been at Carter's property conducting a repossession of the John Deeres when Carter noticed what they were doing and came out of a shop on his land with the shotgun. He aimed it at both of them before setting his sights on the agent inside one of the tractors. While the repo man inside the tractor was being threatened, the other agent began wrestling and fighting with Carter on the ground over the shotgun. The agent grabbed the barrel and forcibly disarmed Carter, knocking him to the ground. The repo men then left Carter's property without the tractors and contacted police.
Sounds like a total mess.
Yeah, being a repo man seems like it'd be a pretty dangerous gig.
A friend of mine held that gig down for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. He couldn't take it. It was so stressful.
I would think so.
Everybody, F you, I'll kill you. That was a daily thing.
And I would think even the good people, aren't going to say, "Hey, you know what? My bad. I haven't been making the payments."
Right.
Yeah.
It's got to be frustrating having your ride stolen.
Total
Or,
nightmare.
I shouldn't say stolen, but taken back.
My uncle was a repo man, and it made sense when you looked at him. I bet he didn't have much problems getting the vehicle back. I bet a lot of people were like, yeah, absolutely. What else do you want?
That would make a difference. My wallet? Yeah, here you go. Yeah, that makes a big difference. Authorities in Georgia are searching for a woman who stole a full-size school bus from an elementary school, then abandoned it in another county nearly 40 miles away.
A little joyride?
Yep, that's exactly what they called it. The bus was taken from Arbor Springs Elementary School in the middle of the night, February 9th. Investigators later found the vehicle damage-free in Temple, a city about 40 miles outside Atlanta.
I'd have to be pretty bored if my joyride is going to be in a friggin' school bus.
Yeah, maybe she just needed to get there and decided this would be a fun way to go.
There you go.
Internal cameras captured clear images of the woman during the incident, and the footage shows a bag or purse on the front seat of the bus. The suspect didn't have to force entry into the vehicle. They say she somehow got a key. Authorities describe the theft as a joyride, though a motive has yet officially been identified.
And we're asking the public, if they recognize whoever's in the photo, please reach out to Investigator Taylor.
The incident remains under investigation. No word on her escape plan, but if it involved hitchhiking, her timing was perfect because today is National Thumb Appreciation Day. So we appreciate you, Dr. Phil. Yeah, everybody likes their thumbs out there.
Everybody?
Thumb Appreciation Day.
Yeah. Doesn't everybody like having thumbs?
I knew a guy that had some weird thumbs. I don't know if he liked his thumbs very much.
I bet he liked having them.
They were the strangest thumbs I've ever seen. I wonder how he's doing. How you doing, Tim?
Were they kind of flat and took a hard right on one hand and a hard left on the other?
No, they were like half the size of regular. He was like missing a joint, and so because of that, they were all shaped weird. And then he had odd nails because of it.
Okay, I know a gal who's got very, very flat thumbs, and they take hard turns.
We had
you had to be there. You got to see it in person.
I know. I'm like trying to do it with my thumbs, so
it's terrifying.
Imagine it.
And her girlfriends remind her of it constantly.
Oh.
So it's kind of fun to be around.
Look at you, ugly thumbs.
Oh, every 10 minutes. What's wrong with your hands? Just to piss her. I know. I have ugly. It's just.
That's awesome.
It's a fun ongoing bit.
We drove our science teacher crazy one day because he would say, he was telling about like how genetically your thumbs would be, you go backwards when you put your thumb up or kind of go straight up. So he was having this lesson, so he just went around the room, everybody put your thumb up, and then he would count, to see how many did what. And he did a couple, and a couple of us changed it each time. So the counts were off, and he was going absolutely nuts. One of my buddies got kicked out because he
Not on Thumb Day.
Yeah, that was fun. I thought we had fun with that, but he didn't have a sense of humor about the thumb. Authorities in Georgia are searching for a woman. Oh, I just did that one. A Florida man was arrested after deputies said he broke into a SUV at a Publix parking lot and started smashing it with a hammer. The sheriff's office said a deputy caught 37-year-old Justin Allen in the SUV in the store's parking lot Friday morning. When confronted, Allen claimed he was taking revenge on his ex's car. However, that wasn't his ex's car. The SUV belonged to a Publix employee. Rats.
So I'll give you a backstory on what happened. He didn't pick you out specifically. You're driving the same car as his ex-girlfriend. So he thought it was his ex-girlfriend who tried to rob him last night or whatever he was saying. He thought you were his ex-girlfriend's car. I don't know how he mistakes that. And then as I pulled up and took him out, at gunpoint, his ex-girlfriend drove by in a similar car.
Oh, wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
He's thinking, I got her.
Do you see now, Donnie?
She wins again.
Do you see what happens when you F a stranger in the ass?
It wasn't just the SUV that got hammered. Allen was too, and he was on drugs, which may explain his behavior and the mistaken motor vehicle mischief.
What was he saying, that his girlfriend was driving by?
He's pointed at every single white SUV that's passed by.
Oh, he's on drugs. Yeah. He's on drugs.
Oh, yeah, there's horns in that clip. Sorry if you're driving. I should have mentioned that ahead of time.
The guy was on drugs?
He was on drugs. He was charged with burglary, possession of burglary tools, criminal mischief over $1,000, and possession of cocaine.
His girlfriend must have laughed her ass off.
Oh, I would imagine so.
When she drove by and saw him beating the piss out of a similar car to hers, she must have chuckled her ass off.
I'm sure.
Loser.
And the employee's like, what the hell?
Come on.
Why'd he go after me?
Yeah, that
Why?
sucks.
Now I'm going to kill your car. What movie? Big Lebowski.
A man's been charged after misfires during target practice injured a neighbor's horse Saturday. The 28-year-old told police he recently bought a new gun and was doing some target practice in the backyard of his home. During that practice, he needs more. 3 rounds wandered off on their own suburban sightseeing tour and entered a neighbor's property and the neighbor's horse.
As our detectives were investigating this, they realized that our suspect fired his gun 180 feet into the tree that he was trying to hit, and then a few of those rounds that he fired, at least 2 of them that we know of, went from where he shot 1,000 feet, so almost a quarter of a mile, to where our victim's house was struck and our victim's horse was struck.
1 bullet slipped onto the back porch, another strolled through a wall and settled in the kitchen. The final round struck a horse just minding its own business. No people were injured by the stray bullets, and the horse is expected to be okay.
I think we got to sign this jabroni up for one of those gun safety courses.
Yeah, he could use it.
Yeah.
The guy,
How's that horse doing?
This poor horse is just minding its own business, eating some hay.
Yeah, it's going to be fine, luckily. The guy who definitely shouldn't own a gun was arrested and charged with shooting into an occupied dwelling, which is a second-degree felony.
I bet he also looks brilliant. I'm just taking a guess. I'm betting you can read the dumb on this guy from across the road.
Yeah, sometimes you can judge a book by its cover.
Right.
San Francisco police arrested a 36-year-old man for tossing a lit Molotov cocktail into a busy street, giving rush hour a little more sparkle. Officers reported seeing the man inside a vehicle throw the incendiary device, a wine bottle with an ignited wick, shortly before 6 p.m.
Who's he going after?
Nobody.
Oh.
As the suspect fled, police extinguished the flames, seized the firebomb, searched the surrounding area with drones, didn't find any other ones, and he said he just kind of felt like it.
I've always wanted to toss one of those. It looks cool.
It's very satisfying in Grand Theft Auto, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
He just wanted to try throwing a Molotov cocktail into a random building?
Practicing for something in the future? I don't
know.
know.
And in the movies, a Molotov cocktail usually has a very specific purpose.
Yeah, this guy just wanted to do it.
Just love of the game?
So far. There could be other motives, but that's all they said so far. They said they are investigating his motives.
All right.
A longtime police chief will spend the rest of his life in prison after admitting he set a series of fires at properties belonging to people he viewed as rivals and enemies, including his own stepson. 74-year-old David Crawford pleaded guilty on Friday in Montgomery County, Maryland, earning a fresh 55-year sentence, neatly stacked atop an already formidable collection of 8 life sentences, plus 75 years from a neighboring county for the same thing.
Whoa.
All told, Crawford set 13 fires across several Maryland counties over nearly a decade. The first flames arrived in Prince George's County in 2011, where surveillance cameras captured him torching an unoccupied vehicle. before accidentally setting himself on fire and fleeing the scene, which can only be described as hilarious.
Eventually, those pyromaniacs do set themselves on fire.
He's accused of intentionally starting fires in 6 counties in all, targeting a former City of Laurel official, 3 former law enforcement officers, including a former City of Laurel police chief, 2 relatives, 2 of Crawford's chiropractors, and a resident in his neighborhood.
No exes, huh?
Nope, no exes. It's a shocking development for a man who spent his life protecting individuals, said the state's attorney. And Crawford targeted other people because he believed they had wronged him at some point in his life.
If he didn't get a promotion, you would become a target. If he had a dispute with you over some school board matter, you would become a target.
He's one of those people, huh? Everyone's out to get him.
He couldn't take it. The fires occurred in 2016, 17, and 2020 at the home of his stepson, Justin Scherstrom. Scherstrom said he didn't know what exactly angered his stepdad and described any disagreements they had as just some typical family bickering, no big deal. It was devastating, he said. I mean, this is someone I knew intimately for over 30 years.
Intimately?
Yeah, I know. I was going to take that out.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
But I left it in.
Josh, this guy became a fire starter.
He was a fire starter. I am a fire starter.
You loved that song.
I do like that song.
That was back when you were walking around the building wearing those big jeans.
Yeah, that was only one day. But I did have big jeans and a big wallet chain.
Josh liked all that pop, punk, English-sounding stuff there for a while.
I liked that one at least.
He liked fire starter.
Fire starter. No one was killed in any of the fires that he started. But many people.
That song I was referencing ruined a lot of lives, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. It damaged mine.
It sucked.
Many people were forced to flee their homes in the middle of the night. They lost all of their personal possessions, but luckily no one seriously hurt or certainly killed. A search of his residence found several pieces of evidence, including a hit list of targets who were among the known victims.
What'd they call that act, those 2 guys who ran around talking about being fire starters?
Didn't it begin with a P?
Porno movies.
Nope, not porno for pyro.
Pacifiers.
Fire starter
Prom night.
Song.
Pimples.
The Prodigy.
The
Prodigy. As a follow-up to something we were talking about yesterday.
Puppies with puppy breath.
No, it was the Prodigy.
Prodigy.
Love it.
As a follow-up to something we were talking about yesterday morning. 96 years ago today, in 1930, the 9th planet of our solar system, Pluto, was discovered. Then in 2006, its status as a planet was ripped away. Cruelly.
Shame.
Sick of this.
I forgot how that came up yesterday, but towards the end of the show, we were talking about that with our buddy C.
We were talking about
that was really fun. It felt good to finally say that publicly.
Your frustration?
Yeah.
You're on the right side of history, Ashley.
Cubby, how a certain percentage of Americans want to move to the moon.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened.
So that's when we started talking about Pluto and Prodigy.
Turns out Memorial Day traditions in Hollywood may include more than cookouts and morning heroes. A lot of parents took advantage of the long holiday weekend for some future celebrity-making intercourse, including Molly Ringwald's parents, as she turns 58 today. Dr. Dre, 61, Matt Dillon, 62, Vanna White, 69, John Travolta is 72, and Dennis DeYoung of Styx, 79.
Dennis DeYoung.
Congratulations to, where was it? Oh, Like a Sore D, You Can't Beat It, Jesus, who just got out of treatment. Happy 22nd to Dylan from Mom, Michelle. Happy birthday to MG, Will Always Be the Goat, Jesus. And happy 55th to Howard from Hatch Daddy, Jesus. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
Foligno for the hat trick. He's got it. First career hat trick for Marcus Foligno here in Toronto. And his team is back up by 3.
Yeah, at 8 o'clock this morning, 28 minutes from now, we'll get our first crack at Marcus Foligno in a long friggin' time. This happened, that happened, he got sick, we got sick. We haven't talked to Marcus in, I don't know, a couple of months. I wonder if he even remembers that hat trick, whenever that happened in Toronto. That was so long ago. But we're going to give you a little Minnesota Wild update and catch you up with Marcus Foligno, who we think he's back in town now. We'll find out. I think he and the wife were living on a nude beach for a while there. They're all on strike for the Olympics. We'll find out all about Marcus's life away from hockey here in a little while. Hello, Randy Shaver.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Brad.
Good morning. Brad.
Thanks
Brad
for joining us.
is jacking off.
He's not. He's not.
I don't think so. It does happen a lot at this time.
We appreciate you boys joining us this morning. We do. Pablo Lopez is all done.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
What kind of a deal? What kind of a deal do we have to make with the devil himself to turn things around over there at Target Field?
What was your favorite moment of Pablo Lopez this season?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was that bullpen session he threw.
That bullpen session. I mean, there was a good crowd, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the manager said yesterday after they pulled him off the mound that he didn't think it was serious, that he felt like it was all precautionary. They were just going to have him checked out. But
you talking about Derek Shelton, the skipper himself?
Yeah, and that's what I said yesterday morning. It doesn't sound serious. I mean, the manager said, this is all precautionary. And then all of a sudden, yesterday morning, after we got off the air, and I, probably about 2 hours later, there was the report that it's like a tear. And so that's just super unfortunate because they need him.
God.
Needed him in the worst way. So
they're calling it here, Randy Shaver, a significant tear of his euchel.
Yeah, you would talk about going from 100 to a 0, from the scale of being excited, being pumped, being just ultimately happy to be here. And, then you get to hear news like that and trying to navigate a lot of emotions.
Is that Pablo talking about the end of his season already?
Yeah. Pretty positive guy.
Yeah, he definitely seems very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't hear any of that. I don't know.
Oh, do you got to hit a button over there?
I haven't. I mean,
do you guys know the euchel? He has a significant tear of his euchel.
It's in his elbow.
In the elbow.
In the elbow, yeah.
They spell it UCL. He's seeking a second opinion, but season-ending surgery is very, 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 and I'll add another very likely result. Well, balls Mahoney.
And I
usually the second opinion doesn't change from the first opinion.
No. And I looked at the available free agents this morning, just glancing through what pitchers are out there.
You want to get rid of the easy Trevor Bauer joke right away?
Sure, yeah, you can get rid of that one. There just isn't a lot out there. I mean, there's some recognizable names, Patrick Corbin, Zach Littell, guys like that, but I mean, the Twins are going to have to probably go out and find a veteran pitcher just to kind of get that body in there.
Yeah, make a few telephone calls.
Yeah, they don't have anybody. Well, I shouldn't say that because they've got the kid they got from Philly in that Mick Abel, that if that kid can pitch consistently, he could jump in the rotation, but they don't have veteran experience sitting there waiting to jump in.
The problem is, and like you said, we're at the end of February and we're talking about if this guy can pitch or if that guy can pitch, and that's the problem.
Well, teams are already in camp, so I mean, you're looking at guys that aren't even in the camp right now. So
call Zach Littell, call Patrick Corbin, whoever those guys are.
Yeah.
What a damn shame.
Yeah.
There goes your ace before you play spring game 1.
Yeah. I mean, that was his first outing. Literally his first time throwing live pitching.
Yeah. We gotta find out what deal Bon Jovi made with the devil. That's probably a similar deal we're going to need to make in order to turn things around at Target Field. That is my theory. I'll stick with that till the day that I die. That John and the rest of the Bon Jovis made a deal with the devil in 1986.
Is it possible that we made the deal with the devil in 1991 and we've just been paying for it ever since? I mean, there's been some flashes.
Because 91 wasn't completely unlikely. We had seen it already in 87, right?
But it was a worst to first scenario, wasn't it?
It was a worst to first, yes.
Yeah, but those core players were there from 80. It's not as deep, dark of a deal as what Bon Jovi made in 86. Because they were dog feces, and then suddenly Slippery When Wet comes out, and there's like 5 hit singles. I'm convinced they traded their souls.
That was Desmond Child. They had him come in and write all their songs.
He wrote garbage songs.
He writes hits.
Not for everybody, he doesn't.
Well, he did for them.
All right, so that sucks. I got a text message, and we had this conversation earlier. We were talking about how every one of us is getting an email a day from the Twins sales office.
Yeah.
Trying to get us to buy a ticket to a game. We talked about how they're probably going to have a lot of post-game concerts this spring and summer to try to draw folks in. They're doing everything and anything to try to get folks interested in this ball club. I got a text message here from a listener who said, I'd like to give a shout-out to the Twins ticket sales guy who called me yesterday and said, I see you went to one game last year. What would it take to get you back to another game this year?
No doubt.
Just one game.
This listener says
free ticket.
This listener says, hands down, those folks might have the toughest gig going right now.
For sure.
And think about when they won that playoff series a couple years ago, and the excitement level hadn't been that high in years.
Yeah.
They were probably buying cabins and cars and thinking, I'm on Easy Street now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, using that as logic, they may not be working next year. We've talked about that, how there might be a lockout, and so this year might be a slow year, and then those people might not even be working next year if there's a lockout.
Folks are texting in, Dick Mountain retired. Finally, he did. Not available, Dick Mountain. One listener tells me that Russell Wilson was a pitcher in college.
He was.
Yeah.
Isn't that the story he got, what was the story where he was talking about how great he was at something, and then people came out and said, no, none of that is true.
I love that.
Oh. Was that about pitching?
Well, it was about hitting. He might have, obviously.
Or baseball
you can do. It was baseball, yeah. That's one of my favorite little stories about Russell Wilson. Was after he hit it big with the Sea Ducks, went to a Super Bowl or two. He was invited to be, what's the word when you speak at a college graduation?
Keynote commencement speaker?
Yeah.
Valedictorian. No, I don't know.
No, that's different.
He was the big, famous speaker person at a college graduation. I think it was the University of Wisconsin.
Speaker.
Huh?
Keynote speaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go along with it. Let's go with it. So he's telling this dramatic story of how everybody can be a somebody. He's telling all the students sitting around at the commencement. And he tells this very specific story about a college baseball game that he played where, he notes it was a regional game against South Carolina. He gave all the details, right? And said, there I was on the bench. Coach didn't believe in me that day, but in the bottom of the ninth, the coach said, all right, Wilson, let's see what you got. Very dramatic, very corny story. And they gave him the bat, and he hit a 2-run double down the left field line, and they won that game and went on to the Super Regional, blah, blah, blah. And the crowd is, what an unbelievable story. That's great. Wow, Russell Wilson, what a terrific life he's led. And the problem was, this wasn't 1906. This was 20 years ago. People could easily look that information up on the internet. So a bunch of sports writers and whatnot from ESPN looked it up and said, none of that happened.
What a dumb thing to
People
lie
were
about.
coming forward saying, I was at that game. Wilson never had an at-bat.
I'd hate myself so much.
I love that one. All right. Did you guys see the human centipede speed skating last night?
The human centipede.
They call it in the business, they call it
the chase, the
pursuit.
The pursuit, yes.
But to me, I think they should change the name to the human centipede skating event. Because you got 3 guys all lined up, head to ass, skating in unison around a track. Human centipede style. They're even kind of, aren't they, Josh? They're kind of hanging on to each other's butt cheeks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It kind of looks like they're puppeteering each other.
Yeah.
With how tight that is.
And they, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They stride in time. Human centipede speed skating. I'd never seen that before. I saw a little bit of it last night.
How fast do they, maybe I'll have to Google that. Look like they're going crazy fast.
Oh, I thought it was more of an even pace. But I don't. You'd have to tell me. It was my first experience with human centipede speed skating.
Mach 1. Yeah, that's very fast. 37 miles an hour.
Dang.
They really got up to that fast?
Oh, yeah.
What else happened? A couple more medals. Oh, here it is. That human centipede United States speed skating team, they lost to the Italians. So I guess they haul home a silver medal.
Freaking Italians.
After sniffing each other's farts around the track there for...
oh, yeah, good point.
A freestyle skier here from the U.S. by the name of Mark Forehand. That's an interesting last name. Pardon me, Mac Forehand. He won the silver in the free ski big air competition. I guess it says here he pulled off a trick that had never been done before. He called it a nose butter takeoff. You guys know the nose butter?
Nope.
No.
Sounds cool.
I just found something out a couple days ago. A pal of mine is at the Olympics. He won on.
What?
Yeah.
Is he affiliated in any way or just wanted to go watch it?
I have no idea. I haven't asked him.
Not like part of his work.
He's sending us pictures from the Olympics, and I haven't bothered asking him what the hell he's doing there. I mean, he's just your average schmuck. His new wife is kind of a big shot. Maybe she got the hookups there. But yeah, this guy's just a shirtless hillbilly that I know. I have no. I'm going to text him. Maybe he can, for the rest of the week. Maybe he can be our Olympics correspondent.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. If somebody on the front lines there.
What time is it in Italy right now? Is it 7 hours later? Right?
I believe so.
Right?
Yeah, 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, later.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. God dang it.
What did you do?
I said 6 and 7 hours later.
It's 2. Yeah.
Oh, no,
2:45.
Don't worry about that crap anymore. Maybe I'm going to text him real quick. I'm going to say, can we talk to you live from the Olympics? Yeah, he sent me a picture. He went to one of the hockey games the other day, and he was sitting nearby. What's that prick? One of those Kelsey brothers. Ignacio. Who's the one with the beard?
Travis?
Oh, no,
Jason.
Jason.
I don't think he's a prick.
He seems like a sweet guy.
He was sitting by that Kelsey brother with the beard.
Ignacio.
I thought it was Travis and Ignacio Kelsey.
Yes. Ignacio.
That's the third.
There's 3 of them.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm
The estranged brother, Ignacio.
I'm texting my pal right now. I'm just saying, are you at the Olympics right now? And maybe he can give us a telephone call and tell us what he's watching. You've been to how many Olympic events have you been to, Randy Shaver? You went to this,
I was in Atlanta.
Oh, 96.
Olympics.
That's right.
Yep.
So was my wife.
I was there for the entire time.
Yeah. Where were you when that bomb blew up?
I was in bed. That was at night.
Hey, wait a minute. So was my wife.
Oh,
no. Whoa.
Yeah, she was awakened by the big...
What a coincidence.
Yeah, she was I think maybe she was already asleep, but yeah, she was there also when that... Richard Jewell, right, was the guy who was...
Yep.
Well,
poor guy.
Did you ever see the movie?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Really good movie.
Yes.
All right. Those loud-talking Swedes beat Latvia in the men's Olympic hockey tournament. So that's who Team USA gets next today. Today, I think at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. USA, Sweden. She's a single elimination winner, go home type of a vibe now. I think this is the lineup today. Germany plays Slovakia. Canada plays the Czechens. Finns versus Swiss. U.S. versus big, loud-talking Swedes. So this is it. This is a big one.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I'm predicting a victory for the Swedes today. They've been a pain in my ass my whole life. Those big friggin' stubborn Swedes. Why would that suddenly change? Right? Pain in my ass. Why would that change today? But the problem is I don't know how the brackets work. So if the United States wins today and Canada wins today, I mean, is there a chance that the United States plays Canada in the semifinals and not the finals? See, I don't know how the brackets work.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up.
Okay. If they're reseeded, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, if it's reseeded, that's a possibility. I mean, normally they're in opposite brackets.
Okay. That would be quite anticlimactic if...
Yes, it would.
Yeah, the United States played the Canadians. If both teams are successful today, of course. If somehow they played in the semifinals. I mean, that Swedish club is loaded. Just like the U.S. and Canadian clubs. As far as NHL players, for Pete's sake, they're friggin' loaded. Maybe our guy, what's his nuts again, the goaltender, old Phil, maybe he gets to start today with the Swedes. We'll see.
Up at the crack of dawn, Jesus said they reseed after this round.
So I don't know who's seeded where. Well, the United States were seeded number 1 in their side of things. I know that much.
Well, I'm looking at the quarterfinals right now. Canada's 1 and U.S. is 2, so I don't see a way that they could end up playing in the semifinals.
Yeah, I am Groot. Jesus said the same thing.
Won. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Good. It's promising. Oh, man. I'll say it again for those of you who have been misled all these years. The truth matters, after all. Gary Anderson didn't miss that field goal in the 1998 NFC title game. The Vikings' offensive line, specifically tight end Greg DeLong, forced Gary to push that kick to the left by missing his block. Gary should actually be commended for even getting that kick into the air and not allowing it to be blocked. I'm a Gary Anderson truther. You guys know this. Also, Herschel Walker didn't fail here in Minnesota when the Vikings made that big trade for him in 1989. The Vikings failed Herschel. The Vikings were too dumb to figure out how to use a guy as talented as Herschel. He was too good for this town and that organization. The Sporting News Upton wrote an article about Herschel Walker nearly winning an Olympic medal in the bobsled department at the 1992 Winter Games. Sure, I remember. Mm-hmm. I think we touched on it just real briefly when the Winter Olympics first started. Herschel was only 29 years old at the time, and he qualified as part of a 2-man bobsled team for the 92 Games in France. Walker and some other dude by the name of Scheimer finished 7th in a field of 46 teams at the Olympics. That's not bad.
No. That's great.
Walker was the pusher man and Scheimer was the driver man. The Sporting News wrote a big article on it. And yeah, I remember that being very interesting and also kind of strange. I don't think I had ever seen that before, where a football player crossed over into the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the NFL equivalent today would be of an NFL player going and playing or getting involved in the Olympics.
Well, you know who they mentioned in the article? They said, imagine turning on the Winter Olympics and seeing Saquon Barkley on the U.S. bobsled team.
Yeah.
Would Jared Allen count, or did he ever make an Olympic team?
I don't think they never made the Olympics, but I think they got close.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Herschel Walker, odd guy, no question about it.
Oh, for sure.
Didn't he admit a few years ago to having split personalities and whatnot, like multiple personalities?
Something like that.
Do you remember
He was also the guy. He also talked about never lifting weights, that he always did push-ups and sit-ups.
Yes, when he was a kid.
That's right.
Yep. It wasn't that long ago, for no good reason, I watched a documentary on the life of Herschel Walker, who, along with Cam Newton,
oh, God.
No, I'm not kidding. I know it aggravates you, but Cam Newton, Bo Jackson, maybe those 3 guys are widely considered maybe the 3 greatest college football players ever. They really are. I'm not trying to get Randy started by saying Cam Newton. They really are probably considered. Yeah, when he was a little kid, Herschel was kind of chubby. Everyone picked on him. So next thing you know, he did 1,000 sit-ups and 1,000 push-ups every day.
Yep.
That's insane.
And he became this just wad of muscle that nobody could stop. Yeah, I remember a few years ago he said something about having multiple personalities, and it was
He wrote a book about it.
Did he?
Yeah.
It's like
they each had like a role, like the enforcer, the coach, or I can't remember. He called them different things.
So did he call himself 34?
I was just about to ask.
No, it's 9. Called himself 9.
It's like, yeah, he said, like, one day he's Herschel, the next day he's like old Walt, the Navy vet or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he said it was a way to distance himself from the bullying he was receiving.
Oh, so he started when he was a kid?
Yeah.
Oh. The next day he was Ignacio.
Oh, sure.
Kelsey brother.
He's a luchador. That was one of his personalities, was a luchador that worked at a convent and was in love with a woman named Encarnacion. How do you say the name again? Sing it to me.
Encarnacion.
Right.
Encarnacion.
The Wolves made it official with Mike Conley Jr. They rehired him after letting him go a couple weeks ago. That's a nice move. Mike can provide value to that club in many different ways.
Yeah, it's nice and all, but NBA.com won't give me a refund on my Chicago Bulls Mike Conley jersey, so I'm kind of out $200 there.
Oh, my God.
Did they really make one?
No, I don't think
so.
so.
I thought everybody knew that wasn't going to last.
That
You
ain't
know
right.
it's a diehard if you show up at the arena and you see somebody in one of those.
Yep.
Love you, Mike Conley Jr. Nice to have you back.
Yeah, traded and cut twice. Kind of reminded me a couple of years ago when Luke Ridnour got traded like 4 times in 6 days.
Yeah, right.
My guess in knowing how these things work is that he never left town.
Yeah, I'm sure not.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So they knew this was coming?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no, he
left
did.
town.
No, this was in the plans from the get-go. It's not like Mike went to Chicago and put on a red and black practice jersey or anything. No.
Hey, guys, I'm here.
Yeah, he was. They all knew what they were going to do from the get-go. Luke Ridnour, I love hearing that out loud.
Yeah.
Boy, he had a hairdo in college, didn't he?
He did.
If you want to have some fun, look at Luke Ridnour's perm when he was playing for the Oregon Ducks back in the day. He looked like, I don't know, Annie. I'm jealous,
the
though.
Kelsey sister.
He had beautiful,
Annie.
beautiful curls. What'd you say, Brad Ryder?
The Kelsey sister, Annie.
Annie Kelsey is, all the whole Kelsey family. Golden Gopher basketball won on the road last night. By God, they defeated, speaking of the Oregon Ducks, they beat them by a good 17 points. So that ends the Golden Gophers' 5-game Big Ten Conference road losing streak.
Brother Boats got him on, and go Gophers, Big Ten Network.
The Ducks aren't very good. They've lost 11-12.
Yeah,
Rutgers University plays here on Saturday. Yes, Randy.
But the Gophers have struggled against teams that they should beat, too. So this was a nice win last night. And they've got a chance to possibly finish above 500. I know they've got number 1 Michigan on the schedule yet, and they've got a couple of tough games to go, but they've got a chance to finish close to 500 for the Big Ten season, which I think a lot of us would say that's a win.
Sure.
When you consider everything that they've been through. So,
Doug Moe is dead.
Yeah, former Nuggets coach from the ABA days.
Was he coaching in the ABA?
I think so. I think he was their coach.
I know he played in the ABA. Doug Moe, longtime Denver Nuggets head coach in the 80s. He checked out. He was 87 years old. I remember Doug Moe very well, and I remember those Nuggets teams in the 80s that he coached where he basically said, all right, fellas, F defense. We're going to run like hell. We're going to put 140 or so points on the board. That was kind of Doug Moe's plan. And he had guys like Lafayette Lever and Alex English and Kiki Vandeweghe, Thompson. What was his first name?
David
Thompson.
David Thompson was a great player.
Dan Issel, I think, may have played for Doug Moe in Denver. Doug Moe was an ABA player, and he won the league championship in 1969 playing for the Oakland Oaks.
Oh, my gosh.
I never even heard of the Oakland Oaks.
I haven't either. And I was an ABA fan growing up.
They must have lasted a year. Maybe not even a full season. Doug Moe had the most wins in franchise history up until Michael Malone broke the record last season. Josh, did you like the video of the Kung Fu robots?
Oh, my gosh.
Cool.
Yeah, I want a Kung Fu robot.
The video is so, or at least the video I watched, so funny. So are you talking about the video with the kids?
Yeah, China went ahead and built some easily defeatable child-sized Kung Fu robots.
It's such a silly little video.
Oh, my word. That one of them turned on a child there. And there was an English
head
play.
popped off.
You know, I like the looks of the Kung Fu robots. Are they up on our website?
Yes, they are.
But why are they child-sized? Why didn't they build them to be...
Because they're going to fight children and only children.
Oh, they're designed to fight the children.
Yes.
Because, hand me a brick, I'll make quick work of that kung fu robot. It's no bigger than a 7-year-old. But the moves that they can make are amazing to watch.
Yeah, have you seen some of those that can do the deal like where it's lying on its back and flips up just like a martial artist?
Yeah. I don't know why
Pretty
they didn't
impressive.
build them bigger. I don't know why they didn't build them bigger and, use them for security at rock concerts or something. They're no bigger than 7-year-olds. Remember how Craig took down Debo by smashing him upside with that brick? Smashing him upside the head with a brick? The documentary Friday?
Oh, it's been years.
That's how I'm going to take down those kung fu robots.
They are pretty cool, though.
Well, yeah, the moves that they can make and
Yeah,
everything.
it's wild.
I'm just not scared of the kung fu. Are you scared of those kung fu robots?
Well, they're in great numbers. So, yeah, I don't...
Well, I'm talking about going one-on-one with a kung fu robot.
I don't know. I bet it would hurt pretty good to either punch it or take a punch from it.
Yeah, I think it's scarier that they're child size.
And they're flexible as heck.
But just hand you a baseball bat.
Yeah, you've seen me with a baseball bat, though. I'm not hitting a dang thing. How does he miss so bad, they might say. Yeah, and they're armed. I mean, they come out with these, was it kendo sticks at one point?
Check out the video of the kung fu, the child-sized, easily defeatable kung fu robots on 93x.com.
By the way, I faked every orgasm.
93X.
Half-assed morning show.
I don't even know how long it's been, but it's been a poke. We finally get a crack at Marcus Foligno here to talk a little trash. Marcus, good morning.
Where have you guys been?
Where have you been?
Yeah, you guys are on a little sick leave, so I hope you guys are all feeling better now.
Yeah, I hope you are as well. We heard you got sick, too. What's
Yeah,
going
you
around?
guys spread it to me pretty quick over the phone, so you know what?
It's been a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's that time of year, right? That bug goes around, and all the kids got it, so that was due. It was going too well this year.
You were staying healthy. You knew something had to give. Yeah, we had I don't know, we had some vacation in there, and then we got sick. You got sick. We're still a little shaky, but we're getting better and better every day. It's great to have you on the telephone again. Were you part of the No, you weren't. I'm trying to remember. How long you been a pig now? How long you been a member of the Man Bear Pigs?
The Man Bear Pig.
That's our nickname for your hockey club.
Because of the logo? Are you familiar with Man Bear Pig from South Park?
Now I see where this is going. Yeah. Depends on how well we're playing, right? I guess with a pig.
How many years now?
It's been 9, I think. 9.
So were you part of the club when the mumps swept through that locker room?
No, I remember that. I was actually in Buffalo. That was a year before I got here. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all thought that the West was infected or something. That was before COVID time, so that was it was crazy. I know that was a big deal over the whole league.
Yeah, so you playing in the Eastern Conference, you were thinking, oh great, we got to go play a Western Conference club. They're dripping with mumps.
Yeah, I don't know if it was L.A. or Arizona, like Phoenix at the time that started it. So it was like, oh no, we got to go through that dressing room, don't touch anything. So
yeah,
that was. I know Minnesota got it the worst. I remember my buddy, I think Matt Molson, who ended up playing here a little bit. He got it, and his wasn't it like your jaw your face would swell up or something?
Yeah,
that sounds right. Yeah.
You'd kind of look like you just had your wisdom teeth removed. Yeah,
you look like Quagmire a little bit. That was a big thing going through the room. No one wanted to look like Quagmire.
Your jaw would jet right out of the room. Yeah, it would exit the room before you would. So where the hell are you right now, Marcus? Are you back in town, or are you on a tropical island somewhere, stark naked?
No, you know what? It was a good trip. I'm back now. We've been home since Sunday, but definitely a longer trip than normal because of how much time we've had off. But we got to go to Puerto Vallarta, which was really nice, and it was awesome weather. So much needed rest, and good to be back now. But I will say it was very nice to be on somewhere a lot warmer than here, but it's getting a lot more mild now. So it's but the beach is always fun, especially with the kids, the family. Everyone had a good time.
Kids running wild on the beach. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder could tell you this. They were always going to Puerto Vallarta when we watched The Love Boat. They were constantly swinging by.
Sure,
weren't they?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And something sexy would happen. But now you're back in town skating a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, we just started yesterday with our guys. So yesterday was kind of an optional day, and then today will be a full practice. Well, I don't know how full that the word full means because we got 9 guys still over there in the Olympics, which is exciting. But it's like 12 guys out there just trying to skate, get comfortable again with their feet back in skates rather than sandals or barefoot. So
right.
That's it. Just take it. We have a lot of time still till we play Colorado, our first game on the 26th. So it's kind of nice. It's nice not to be rushed back, and you can kind of slowly get back into it and feel good going back into game one. Where, I mean, before you had like that, probably 2 days of practice, and then you're full right to play a team. So that was always that first game back after those All-Star breaks and stuff like that was always. We'll see how this one goes, but this one should feel pretty good.
So you get to F off a little bit. I mean, these are like F off practices. I mean, what if you put a case of beer at center ice? I mean, would anyone?
I think we've all had enough on this trip, this time off. So I think yesterday we probably could have done that. Today with the coaches being out there, I think it's a little more serious now.
So you had fun in the sun. We were wondering earlier, number one, do you care to watch much Olympic hockey? And number two, who do you root for? I mean, you were born in the States, but yet you come from a Canadian family, this and that.
Yeah.
Who do you care to root for?
Yeah, I mean, when we're down in Mexico, the channels are limited, but you see the highlights and stuff like that. And then, I don't know. I mean, today will be an exciting game. I think it's USA and Sweden, or Canada and Czech. So, honestly, it's tough to, obviously you want to root for the team that you played for or represent, but I think I just want to see, Boldy and Faber and Quinn Hughes do well and hopefully win. I don't know. I think I'm a bigger fan of my teammates than right now, what's going on. If we had some guys representing Canada, maybe, but, I love those guys. They're awesome players, and we just hope that they can win it. So, definitely cheering for those guys.
How would it work? Who would you play for if you made an Olympic team?
I think since I played World Juniors, I'm like, engulfed in that kind of program with Team Canada. So it'd be always Team Canada for me.
You be Canadian.
And it's weird because my brother did Team USA because he went to when he was 15, he went to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and did the whole USA hockey program. So we moved to Canada earlier. So I was kind of involved in the Canadian kind of youth hockey association from a younger standpoint.
I've been wondering this my whole life, Marcus Foligno. Maybe you can tell me. Why are those Swedes always such a problem? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. You don't have to look too far than Joel Eriksson, right? Just not much emotion, just always in your ear, and they just don't go away. It's going to be a good game. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. We got a lot of guys in Sweden that we can cheer for, and it's not going to be an easy game for the States, but I don't know, that States team is pretty legit too. So I think hopefully it's a great game today.
Yeah, it ought to be good. What is it, 2-3 in the afternoon? Anybody know?
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
USA, Sweden.
Everyone's pulling for USA, but I mean, I'm pulling that everyone stays healthy and nothing bad happens to these guys because we need them down the stretch.
Yeah, you got a hockey season to worry about, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit selfish here. I want the Olympics to go well for everyone, but you know what? Screw that. If they could all come back healthy, then that's all I want. We need these guys.
No, absolutely. And I'm sure plenty of Wild, or as you know them now, the Man Bear Pigs, fans, I'm sure plenty of them are, a little nervous. Sure, they want wonderful things in the Olympics, but they want this season to be a magical season. Yeah, well, so who, if they went down, you'd say, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, give us your power rankings.
Which one of these guys could go down and you'd say...
Rate your teammates.
Yeah, rate your teammates on least to most important.
I'm going to go with one of the goalies because we got one of that. We got another one. So we'll go that route.
That's the key to building a good hockey roster is multiple goaltenders, isn't it, Marcus?
It is. You need more than one, but at the end of the day, all you need is one. So we'll go whatever.
What about
Wally or Gussie, but I hope nothing happens.
No, of course not. Josh, which one of us is completely expendable?
Probably me.
What?
Y'all kidding me?
Yeah. None of you are expendable.
You're the straw that stirs the drink, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Here's a smart-ass question from a listener for Marcus Foligno. This is from Pizzle Rot Jesus.
Oh, gross.
What a name.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Wonder if his wife calls him that.
He found when he heard you went to Puerto Vallarta. He's got one question: when's the baby's due date?
It does seem like that happens, right?
No, we had 3 kids with us. There's nothing. We had one in our room, so that's how that went down. Not much, and we're already set that we're done. So.
Okay.
Do you have any advice, Marcus? My family, we're going there this fall or this spring.
Oh, you're going to Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
it's awesome. I mean, it's we stayed at this resort called Grand Velas, but it's about 15 minutes from the airport. But that whole beach line in the bay is there's a lot of resorts down there that are awesome. I mean, the beach is amazing down there, I will say. So that was one nice thing. It's close to the airport. It's not a quick distance, but when you get out there, I mean, it's just beach for miles. So it's awesome.
We got a couple people in the building that say how awesome it is. One guy goes every year.
You're going there, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
I went for my honeymoon. It was lovely.
Oh, that's where you went?
Mm-hmm.
What's the coldest beer they got down there in Puerto Vallarta? What was your brand of beer?
Oh, you know what? I don't know why, but it was Dos Equis the whole time that was being served. I don't know. That was the most I've seen of Dos Equis. I don't know. They didn't really have that. They had a Tecate Light. Tecate Light. That was their beer down there.
Well, Randy,
So
you're on vacation right now in Florida. Are you and the wife getting it on like a sumbitch or what?
Yeah, vacations, it's kind of where it happens.
Yeah.
Like Josh said.
When's Roseanne's due date, Randy?
It was 1986.
Oh. Oh, man.
Come on, give us the play-by-play, Randy.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
What'd you start with?
Did you get one past the goalie?
Did you put on an adult movie first?
I hate to tell you, but the fountain was turned off many years ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did tell us that.
That was never a fountain. That's disgusting.
Yeah, gross, dude.
It was just like a slow drip.
Grade school drinking fountain.
Oh, Jesus.
Thanks,
man.
Brad.
Sorry, Marcus.
It's been so long, Marcus Foligno.
No,
we
this
haven't.
Is good. This is a half-assed morning show. We might have to name it something naughtier, but hey.
We were so excited to talk to you whenever this was a month ago when you got the hat trick in Toronto, and we didn't get it.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
And the goalie was only out for one of them.
Good job.
Foligno for the hat trick. He's got it. First career hat trick for Marcus Foligno.
That was a fun game, a fun trip for us. That was a big one. We had a lot of guys missing, and we had a great road trip. That road trip, so it was fun.
When you got a hat trick, did you see anybody in the crowd turn to his buddy and say, "You got to be kidding me"? Foligno got the.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, the Leafs are having a tough go, and Foligno scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
I could see that in a couple fans' faces for sure.
I paid $200 to see Foligno get a hat trick.
I think my dad was at the game, and I think he even said it. He's like, "You got a hat trick, holy!"
That's outstanding.
That's what's fun about it. You never know. You can surprise a lot of people some games.
Yeah, we were so excited to talk to you. And you should have seen our text message machine here at the radio station where listeners can text in at any time. We walked in the building at 4:30. 4:30 in the morning after you got the hat trick, we already had about 50 text messages set aside saying,
were psyched.
I can't believe what I just saw.
That's the real miracle on ice.
You believe in miracles.
Yeah. And only, like you said, only one of those goals the goalie was missing. Only one of them.
Yeah. Vladimir Tarasenko was very unselfish on that play, but everyone was, saying, "Oh, Vladimir Tarasenko, unselfish." But again, I always say this: he's the guy that shot at the net first because he had 2 goals. So I was like, it wasn't unselfish. He probably thought, I had my chance. It's time to pass it off. So it was nice of him to give it to me, but he wasn't the most unselfish person. It was just time to give it to someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
An empty net.
Share the wealth, will you? You bum.
Yeah.
All right, back to the Olympics real quick, Marcus. Have you kept up with this story of this French kid who got sent home from the Olympics because the French hockey team was so embarrassed by his behavior?
Oh, yeah, the guy that got in the altercation with Wilson. Yeah, I never seen anything like that or even heard. Like, I don't it doesn't make any sense that a federation for the sport of hockey would discipline someone when, A, he didn't really get disciplined from the referees or the league. It's just, it's a weird, that's a tough go. And I think he got suspended, 5 games?
Something like that. So,
it's kind of crazy. And it wasn't even a fight. It was like a little grappling match, and they just threw each other down, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't know. The French hockey club must hold themselves to a higher standard or something. So this kid by the name of Pierre Crinon, playing for the French Olympic team. They're playing Canada. He gets in a fight with, like you said, Tom Wilson. And after it was over, they sent him home. They said it was conduct unbecoming a French athlete or something like that. There's another layer of garbage here. Now, this kid is being sent home. France is done anyway. They lost to somebody yesterday. But they sent him home, and now when he gets home, it sounds like he's going to face criminal charges.
Oh, my gosh.
For something he did in the French Hockey League before he even came to the Olympics. It says here
so maybe they had it out for him or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He sucker punched a goalie upside the head. Well, who doesn't want to do that once in a while, right? He sucker punched a goalie.
Not that bad of a guy.
In the French League. No, he can't be that bad of a guy. He was suspended for that. They pursued criminal charges. Those charges were dropped. But now that he's, in quotes, embarrassed French hockey so badly at the Olympics, they're going to reopen criminal charges against him for sucker punching this goalie. This kid is having a piss-poor week.
Geez, that's a tough couple weeks, for sure. Get kicked out of the Olympics and then that. I don't know. I feel now you're starting to feel sorry for him. But unless he's a terrible guy, then it's like, he had it coming. But again, I couldn't see Canada or U.S. Federation if that's or any federation for that matter.
It's just a really interesting deal. Criminal charges. Yeah. I mean, that reminds me of guys like Marty McSorley and Todd Bertuzzi, Dino Cicerelli, when you hear about players who at least temporarily had jail time hanging over their heads for on-ice violence.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You take a stick over someone's head, and it's a little bit different story, I guess. And I don't know. That's always something you don't want to cross that line, especially in today's game.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Maybe in the '80s and the '70s it was, but now it's a lot of people have an opinion on it.
Yeah, he's like you said. Maybe he's a prick. Maybe he's got all this coming. But it sounds like they're really raking this kid over the coals. Oh, it says here in the game against Canada, he also elbowed Nathan McKinnon in the head. Well, hell, that's what I would have done too. He's a star player on the team. You straighten out the star player right away. Anyway.
If you're going to travel for France, I don't know if they'll take you.
What's that now?
I said if you're going to try out for France, I don't know if they'll take you. If you're about elbowing guys.
No. I don't want to play for the French either, or the friggin' Swedes, for that matter. Marcus, welcome home. Great to talk to you again.
Good chatting to you guys again, too. Sorry it was so long, but... I hope you guys can enjoy. Sit down and watch U.S. and Sweden today.
We will. We'll be watching, and we'll talk to you very soon. Don't stay away for so long next time. Goodbye, Marcus.
Oh, we'll see you guys. Talk to you soon.
There you go. Yeah, USA, Sweden today. That's the big deal. All right, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, thanks very much. Isn't he fun to talk to?
He's great. So fun. Gosh, I love him.
He's awesome.
I wish I could have him, I could record audio of him reading me my book.
Maybe he's got a future doing that, Ash.
Books on tape with Marcus Foligno.
Yeah, I want him to go off on tangents. It takes me 7 hours to get through one book.
The locker room of the Wild the way they do when he's kind of in charge of it.
Books on tape, Josh, you're into that.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been reading or listening to a book on tape and thought, I wish this came off more Canadian?
I haven't yet, but now that Ashley mentions it.
Could be a market for it. Thanks, fellers.
You bet.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today, 763-571-2410, or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
Start your day with the morning jolt of Drake C. Toll.
You've never been a football coach before, so you're not allowed to talk about this. No, I can have burnt mozzarella sticks and say the chef's not working.
Then Black and Abdallah.
Adam Abdallah.
That's what we do. We rank quarterbacks.
Fired.
Okay.
And Westwood One Sports Night caps it all off.
I don't know how they're going to win, but they're going to win. We're open all night here on Westwood One.
Westwood One Sports Talk. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Here's the deal. It's Wednesday. You've wandered into what we call around here the 93X half-assed morning show, and we appreciate that a whole bunch.
Josh, are you ready for a fight over there?
Oh, you haven't noticed I shadow box sometimes before we go on, just to get myself ready. It's very sleepy during the commercials and everything. So, yeah, I got to get pumped.
Yeah, you're looking strong.
I missed that. I'm sorry. You were shadow boxing?
Yeah, sometimes I shadow box.
Let me see your form overall.
Okay. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I took, that is good.
Oh, my God.
Mine's way worse.
I took boxing lessons. Did you know that?
Obviously, yeah.
You're very critical. I don't think that was that bad.
I missed it.
It gets you pumped. Now I'd like to go back to sleep.
It gets you pumped when you do that.
I've got enchiladas waiting for me at home.
Yeah, kind of like Eminem psyching himself up in front of the mirror before he went out and did the rap battles in 8 Mile.
Does he do shadow boxing?
Doesn't do shadow boxing, but he's definitely kind of intense look and bobbing his head and getting himself psyched up.
Sure. You got to do something.
What else is there, Josh? What else could we cover around here? All right, aside from the nonsense that we've been spitting back and forth into the microphone so far this morning, I'm going to guess the worst thing you've heard all morning was probably your alarm clock going off. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah. That's a terrible sound.
So far
I don't
today,
have the sound on anymore. It's just a vibration.
Yeah, where do you put that pig?
Like, gross. Usually, honestly, I know it's so bad for me. People will text me like crazy.
Where's the placement?
Right under my pillow where my head lays, or I just put it on my chest.
You don't like the sound?
I can't because the child.
Oh,
yeah. The child, yeah.
Babies won't sleep through something like that?
Mine won't. He's decided he won't.
When are you going to finally show that kid who's boss?
Never.
You're letting him run the show, actually.
Yeah, he's going to do it forever.
Yeah, it's very polite of you. My wife bought a it's not a smartwatch, but something that basically is just to do exactly that, wake you up, right, with a vibration.
Smart.
And it never worked.
Oh.
Never
Darn.
worked at all.
That sucks. Never mind.
I need something loud and often multiple loud apparatuses going off to get my carcass up out of bed.
It's very polite of her. I told her, that's one day a week. She wakes up super early Saturdays. I'm like, I wake you up 5 days a week. I can put up with the 1 day a week. So
that is sweet.
She gave it a try, and it just didn't work out.
The alarm clock can be a terrible, awful, horrible way to start your day. Here's something or another for you, Josh. Someone on that godless, soulless, and wildly misinformed social media asked aloud to anybody, what's a sound everyone should recognize as immediate danger? What is a sound that everyone should recognize as immediate danger? I got one that just came to mind. Screeching car tires.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Screeching car tires.
Yeah, you're likely to get rear-ended or something.
Yeah. Oh, here's some of the answers from the internet. A sound everyone should recognize as immediate danger. Now that I'm looking at the list, I'm kind of surprised that screeching car tires
Yeah, me too.
That should be number one.
didn't make it in there because that brings everybody puckers up, everybody in the neighborhood. All right, this is very specific, but a sound everyone should recognize as immediate danger if you are traveling on or under a slope with snow. Yeah, I know. It's weird. If you are traveling on or under a slope with snow and you hear a deep whooping sound, get out of there immediately. Apparently, that's the sound of an avalanche approaching.
Yeah.
Dude.
Weird that something so specific is number one on the list.
Well, I mean, that's just they're looking for 9 skiers right now in California from an avalanche.
Really?
Wow.
Scary.
Weird that it made the list.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
how
so
many
scary.
of us will ever find ourselves in that situation?
I hope never.
If we live to be 1,000.
Yeah, I think
I won't.
I'd have to be kidnapped.
When I went to Washington, I went to check out Mount Rainier, which is really cool, really awesome. But volcano. So as you're like going up the mountain, the sides of the mountain, because it's all snow. I mean, they're so tall, and you roll down your window, and it's so creepily quiet. Like it's like a quiet I've never heard, and that's all I could think was, I don't know what to do or what to listen for if an avalanche would happen.
Now you know.
I
I
just kept thinking that was going to happen. It was so scary.
There it is. Yeah, I'd be worried about that. I don't want to die in an avalanche.
Yeah,
No.
Well, I got a new car recently when the guy was kind of selling me some of the features. He was talking about how good it is at off-roading. You know, when you're going out off-road and, you hit this button and it does this and that and it's perfect for it. I go, if I'm ever off-roading, it's because I'm getting chased by terrorists. I understand you're doing your job and explaining to me the features, but that's not going to be a selling point.
You're not doing that.
You're not going to be involved in Howie's mud bog anytime soon?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, man, those are fun.
It does look cool.
Yeah, those are great.
The cracking of a tree branch or tree trunk.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Walking to the deer stand in the morning.
That's another sound that everyone... Oh, wow.
I kind of liked that.
Have you guys ever seen a big tree go down, like in person?
Yes.
We had one in our backyard. It was started to list, right? After a bunch of rain, huge. I think it was 40-foot tree.
Jeez.
And I got a tree guy, a friend of mine. I called him like, hey, could you get here as soon as possible? This thing's about to up. Never mind. As I was leaving him the message, it went straight down. But we lucked out. Unlike
so you saw it go.
Yeah, I watched it go because my neighbor came over. I guess I'm getting a little out of order. I see my son comes in. He's like, hey, our tree is falling down. I thought he was just being an idiot. And I look outside, and he's standing in front of it. So I'm telling him, get out of the way. I called my buddy and just said, if you could get here in the next day or so, it'll be great. And as I said it, it fell down. But I lucked out because it missed absolutely everything it could have taken out. And I know you had an opposite experience. We lost a brand new, was it a shed or a fence or both?
Brand new shed, and also, don't even talk to me about friggin' trees. You know how much I hate trees.
You do hate trees.
Those friggin' things. I had 5 of them go down on my property in a calendar year. One of them popped my friggin' shed open like a zit on prom night. The other one put a big dent in the fence. Never saw any of them go down, but, you should have seen. I was inconsolable for about an hour. I just wanted to go out. I wanted to go out into the woods that butts up to my property with gasoline and a friggin' lighter and burn every tree down. I hate trees. What they've done to me.
5 of them, gosh. But that 3rd, 4th, and 5th one, you're like, you've got to be kidding me.
I knew it was weird when I pulled up the driveway and my wife met me in the driveway. She walks out the house in her robe. Yeah. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this? And she says, just before you look into the backyard, just know everything's going to be okay. Oh, God.
How's this for a dangerous sound? From Frame Electric Cheeses, the sound of his mother talking politics, LOL.
Oh, God.
Yeah, any political conversation.
Anyone, for that matter.
I'm
How about human resources at your work saying, we need to talk to you in our office for a minute?
Oh, man, we've heard that before.
Sounds everyone should recognize as immediate danger. When you hear something similar to a freight train or a jet engine. That is likely a tornado or a wildfire, they say here. You hear the sound, something similar to a freight train or a jet engine.
Have you guys ever heard that sound before?
No.
My mom has, and she said it's very unmistakable.
I've seen tornadoes, but they're quite a distance away. But yeah, I've never heard one.
Yeah, she was in Kansas. Her brother,
Isn't that
my
fitting?
uncle lives in Kansas,
Yeah.
and she said, yeah, the sky turned that creepy color green, and her brother and his family was just outside checking it out like we would a thunderstorm. Didn't care at all.
Oh, most folks will stand and stare until the last possible minute, won't they?
Yeah.
If you are out in the wild, Dana, again, this is for you.
Yeah, thank you.
If you're out in the wild, sudden immediate silence, you should recognize that as danger. And I think what they mean by that is if there is sudden immediate silence out in the wild, that usually means that the fiercest predator in the neighborhood is nearby.
It's the same thing if you have kids and all of a sudden it's completely silent. That's when you go, it's too quiet down there. What's going on?
They're up to something?
Yeah, you freak out a little
Somebody
bit.
died.
That
silence
also
can be bad.
That also made this report, Josh, on sounds that everyone should recognize as immediate danger. What's it say here? If you have childrens, the sound of silence means they're up to no good. And they also got a little more specific. The sound of a little plastic step stool or chair being dragged across the floor means you better run into that room right now. Junior's about to go ass over apple cart.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Our friggin' little pocket dog, half squirrel that we have in the house. If she's not in the room with you and it's quiet,
Oh, yeah.
that means she's eating a cough drop under a chair or
That's
something.
So true.
You know
What
what I mean?
is happening?
'Cause she's-
Where are you?
She is always on our hip. Always. If suddenly she's not in the room and it's quiet as hell, she's eating a tampon or something. Okay, back to the sudden immediate silence. If you're in the wild, that means a dangerous predator is nearby. It says here, if you're in the city and you hear sudden immediate silence, what do they mean by this? That it's too good to be true? I'm not sure where they're going with that. It doesn't matter.
Dumb joke.
Oh, someone you know speaking really weird gibberish, making no sense and looking confused.
Oh, yeah.
Having a stroke?
Mm-hmm. Somebody could be getting strokey. Sure. Okay, some of this is very obvious. Sounds that everyone should recognize as immediate danger. A fire alarm.
Some people ignore those, though.
Well, it goes on to say here, you'd be surprised how many people don't do anything when it goes off.
Do you guys have the same problem where you can't tell which one it is?
Yeah.
And it messes with you. Mm-hmm. I don't know why that happens.
Which one it is? What are my choices?
Well, between the various ones you have in your house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like one's going off.
Oh, I see.
You're looking around.
Yeah.
I guess maybe there's a difference between a fire alarm and a smoke detector. I'm thinking smoke detector. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but why is that so hard to figure out? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think they mess with you and say, just change all our batteries.
There's something about that high pitch where I don't think it can be identified right away. Our ears aren't wired to zero in on where it's coming from, I think because of the high pitch.
It almost is sitcom frustration, though, when you change the battery and you're like, well, got that taken care of, and all of a sudden you hear it coming from someplace else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've told this story 1,000 times, but there was a fire in this building a number of years ago, and the fire alarm was very obviously going off. Josh and I did nothing about it because we had heard it a dozen times in that calendar year.
It always went
There
off.
was malfunctions happening all the time. The fire alarm was going off for no reason over and over and over again. When it finally went off because of a legit fire, we sat and did nothing. We were the last two people to leave the building. We had no idea it was a legitimate fire.
Talk about the silence thing. The sound of silence got me because I walked out to go to the bathroom and it was quiet. At the time, this place was packed. We used to have a lot of people here. And then I look down the hall and I see everyone's out front, so I run and grab Nick. I'm like, my God, we're about to burn up. There's actually a fire. I can't believe it. Because that thing you're right, it went off all the time for whatever reason.
Nobody cared that we were in here.
Nobody said a word.
Nobody checked on you?
They
So
knew we
sad.
were in there.
I would have checked on you guys.
Thank you.
Right in the line of destruction, and no one said a word to us. They didn't care.
Well, I guess if a fire alarm went off today, I would just make sure the four of us got out. I wouldn't go check on the sales staff or anything. They're on their own. They'll figure it out.
Oh, sorry. People are upset that I played that smoke alarm. I'm sorry.
That gave me the chills.
Oh, I never even thought of that.
My dog was listening. He's cowering in the corner right now.
A couple people mentioned the dogs. I apologize. I should have thought of that.
Immediate danger. You should recognize that you are in danger, says here, when your mother yells your entire name.
Yep, absolutely.
That was always terrifying.
Yeah, that's no good.
I've practiced that
just
with my son, saying his
ready to
full
yell at
name.
him?
It's kind of hard.
My wife does it to me occasionally.
The sound of a dog about to throw up in the middle of the night on a carpeted floor.
Oh, I hate that noise.
Yeah, cat too.
Or for cat owners, it says here, you hear those techno beats. You're about to have a bad time. It's cute, isn't it? When cats are hacking something up, they do kind of make a bump, 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 bump as they're...
Gosh, I hate that about cats. Our cat is always throwing up.
Oh, really?
Gosh, yeah.
Do they throw up more than dogs?
I think
Oh,
so.
I think so.
Furballs,
She's
right?
always doing that. I'm like, what are you eating? Thankfully, I don't have to be the one to clean it up because it's technically my husband's cat. But still, I go downstairs and I'm like, there it is again.
Both dogs and cats have a pretty elaborate setup to that, don't they, before they throw up?
It's so sad, or at least when dogs do, I think it's sad because they kind of look at you like, I don't know what just happened. Yeah.
They are a little confused.
And they feel bad. It's like, you got nothing to feel bad about.
Man, my brother's black lab just about poured a mouthful of vomit right into my mouth.
Oh, that's so terrifying. No.
I've had that happen with a cat.
Oh.
This dog was dying. This dog had cancer, and he was dying, so...
Just let him.
I would leave. Well, eventually they...
No, I mean, like, just let him throw up in your mouth. And if he wants to, let him have that.
I was going to hang out with the dog for a couple hours a day just to keep him company because he was uncomfortable. He was dying. Homer was his name, big black lab. And I would usually just walk in the house and just lay on the floor, and Homer and I would sleep side by side on the floor. Well, one day I woke up to that unmistakable sound of a dog vomit wind-up. And when I open my eyes, he's standing directly above me. I mean, we're almost nose to nose. I'm lying flat on my back on the floor. We're pretty much nose to nose, and he's doing the wind-up. And I rolled out of the stop, drop, and roll, right, when you hear a dog. I rolled out of the way, and he splashed. I mean, just a second after I said, I thought we were bros. What?
Yeah, it's a terrible. I had a cat throw up directly in my mouth, and that's horrible.
Duh.
That's tough to get over.
You're
connected.
Could.
You're connected for life after that, Ashley.
Your own personal lower intestinal gurgling is a sound you should recognize as immediate danger, like Dumb and Dumber style, I imagine.
Oh yeah, same with you. If you're with somebody and you hear that, you think that's going to be bad in just a series of minutes here.
Yep, that's when you just shuffle out of the room and go take care of it.
This is not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
When your dentist or hairdresser says, oops.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I've never heard that. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah, just let me find out when I get home and look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Or your surgeon right before. That happened to my wife right before she went out when she was getting, it was dental surgery. Somebody said, whoops.
Oh, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah, like an IV slipped out or something like that.
Oof.
When I got my wisdom teeth taken out, they told me to try to get my nose ring out because they were going to put, like a little tube up there so that I could breathe while I was unconscious or whatever. And I couldn't get it out. And one person I talked to that worked there was like, nah, it's fine. You'll be okay. Don't worry about it. We'll just leave it in. But then, like, when I was maybe 20 seconds away from going under, maybe a little bit longer, the people that were prepping me were like, oh, yeah, there's like a 90% chance that that's going to rip out of your face. Like, they're like shaming me for not taking it out, like to the point where I started to bawl my eyes out. And I was like, I want my mom. What's happening? And
just slipping a tube up your nose was somehow going to tear it right out of your...
That's what I guess that's what they thought.
It wasn't an MRI, was it? Because those will...
And so, yeah, and then next thing I know, I was out and I woke up and everything was fine. I was like, what the heck was that?
Well, that's not right. Okay, these last two sounds that we should all recognize as immediate danger, you're going to have to help me out. It says here, I'm reading it verbatim. When you hear a hey girl or a hey hun from a high school acquaintance who's now an LM distributor? What does that mean?
Oh, yeah, so that's like those pyramid schemes kind of things. Like they're in your Facebook Messenger saying, hey, hon, I know we haven't talked in 7 years. I have a candle business.
And finally, the sound of multiple Teams notifications after you've left work.
Microsoft Teams, that's a thing that a lot of people in like the corporate world, or I think just like work in general. Yeah.
So that means
we've used those for some meetings before here.
Yeah, I think I have once or twice, but not as much as the corporate people I know.
Yeah.
They're on it all day, it seems like.
So that means like you have an email or something?
Yeah, more notifications.
And isn't that kind of also when people jump on? Right, you'll be watching, somebody's talking or whatever, and then you hear more and more people. Is that the same notification?
I think so.
That thing, and then somebody from Detroit just jumped in, that kind of thing.
I like that sound.
What a suck farm.
The Half-Assed Morning Show. Minnesota's 93X.
5 friggin' minutes. You think we could hang on for 5 more stinking minutes?
Easily. I have faith in you guys.
What were we talking about? We were talking about sounds that everyone should recognize as immediate danger. Here's a few text messages that came in. Honey, I'm home. The sound of your significant other saying, hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah, trouble's coming.
Yeah.
Or something awesome.
Yes.
I want to be on top. One of our listeners says he braces himself whenever he hears his wife say that she wants to be on top. As I said earlier, aside from the nonsense that we barf into these microphones daily, aside from the nonsense that we spit into the mics, probably the worst thing you've heard this morning was your alarm clock. We hope that the answer is your alarm clock. Most of us run our alarm clocks off of our cellular telephones, of course. Most of us do. I have an old school 1982 alarm clock that I still incorporate into my daily wake-up, but usually it's the cell phone. Okay, speaking of cell phones, when's the last time you answered a telephone call from a number you didn't recognize?
I never do. Unless I know I'm going to get a call from somebody that's not in my contact list.
So when's the last time? Would you say years since you
probably
purposely...
years. My husband does it all the time. It stresses me out.
You see, I do too. No, I can't say I do it all the time, but 1 out of 20, I do it just for fun.
Yeah, that's what he does too, and it just stresses me out because I just like feel bad for the person on the other line, even though they're probably a scammer or whatever, or work for a scammer.
Well, then they know you got a real number.
I hate that he's messing with them. I'm like, just leave them alone.
I just want to see what the scam is once in a while. So I don't ignore it altogether. I'll say, if 100 come in a month, I'll answer 4 or 5 of them. Just out of boredom, out of curiosity, I want to find out what nonsense they have to offer.
Yeah, I never do.
Yeah, I've been getting more and more of them lately, too.
Yeah, it goes through phases.
Try it. Try answering one today. Just see what they have to say. Sometimes it's funny.
Sure, I will.
I have, first and foremost, I'll be on the phone forever. I'm not going to let them go. And secondly, I'm going to feel bad that they went through all this work to try and scam me, so I'm going to have to buy tickets to that cruise or the extended warranty or whatever it is.
Timeshare.
Well, see, because of your soft heart, I can see you as being an easy victim for something like that. Damn, how long ago was it that did you not give your credit card number to someone on the streets of Boston?
Yeah, no, it was legit. But here's where I'm not going to call it a scam.
A stranger.
Yes, and I thought, the credit cards have enough protections where if this is legit, it's worth the risk, right? And it was a guy, he was out canvassing for Boston Children's Hospital. And I thought, well,
Yeah.
And it seemed legit, right? And my kids were telling me you're about to be scammed, and I thought possibly, but I'm not super worried about it. My credit card will be good. They'll cancel it.
I can't remember. Was it legit or not?
It was.
It was.
So the only part that I was not told.
Oh yeah.
Is that this was a monthly donation. And I gave them $100, and I'm like, I can't afford to pay $100 if I'm going to do that, I'm going to give it to the Minnesota one, right? And so I got charged again, and it was very difficult to tell them, hey, I'm embarrassed here, but Nobody told me. I looked at everything, like the paperwork they sent me. Nothing said it was a monthly donation.
So now that we know that Josh kind of cares for kids.
Yeah, I only carried a one-time $100 donation.
But isn't that just beautiful? You're walking down the streets of Boston on vacation with your family. Some schmuck pulls you aside to scam you.
Well, I don't think he's trying to scam me.
Well, come on.
It did go to the Children's Hospital. I found
You're
that out.
sure about that?
100% positive.
Well, that's good, at
I looked
least.
into it as soon as I got home.
You're probably the only guy that talked to that swinging D all day long.
Yeah.
How long did the two of you talk, be honest?
Well, I don't want to be honest.
Be honest. How long did while your family's trying to get a beer at Cheers or whatever.
They were annoyed with me.
How long?
Probably 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
My God.
He was a cool guy.
Dude.
I mean,
He was a thief.
Well, maybe, but like I said, it did go to the hospital.
That is effing beautiful.
No.
How long? Hey, the other day you were on the telephone with a complete stranger. How long did it last?
Okay, that wasn't my fault. I told you guys that was not my fault.
You got taken advantage of.
You're going to get scammed, Cubby.
That was an hour and a half, and that was not my fault. I promise you. I'd be honest if it was me. Like
you did everything you could to get off the telephone?
Well, everything but be rude or say I got to go. But I tried to wrap it up. I didn't ask follow-up questions like I might. I just kind of let them talk. I said like 6 words.
Josh, if you ever being held hostage, they would just send you away. Like, you know what? This is worth it. Just go. You're chatting my ear off, man.
He's like a little kid. He won't shut up.
Yeah. You're free. Just please
Dana,
go.
I want you to try answering a random number.
Okay.
Ashley, I want you to try it because it can be fun. Josh, I do not want you to try this.
I'm not going to.
But it's interesting now. Someone texted in and said it's dangerous to answer those scam random telephone calls because they could be recording your voice to use for AI.
Well, have you heard of I forgot what they call it, something like the yes scam or something?
Yeah, I get scared of that.
So just so you know, when I do randomly answer these psychotic telephone calls from obvious thieves, I never say the word yes. Just so you know.
I would slip up and say it.
Because, is that what you're referring to, Josh?
Yeah, there might be a different name, but I thought it was called the yes scam.
If they ever ask me a question, I ask them a question right back. So I never use the word ask because I've heard of that. I never used the word yes, because I've heard of that yes scam where it's with some computer trick, they can use me saying yes to invade my bank account or something.
Right.
So I am careful when I answer the random calls for fun.
Angry Minnesota sports fan Jesus said a lot of smartphones have a phone screening feature now that prevents calls from unknown numbers. I have that turned on. And so when somebody calls that's not my contact list, it'll say, what do you want? And then they say it, and I can read it on my screen and decide if I want to answer it or not.
45 minutes you talk to this guy.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes.
Dude, if you were my dad, I would just be like, dude, come on.
Did your family try to physically remove you from the scene, like grab you by the arm and?
No, but they did not hide their annoyance. That's for sure. And I thought, hey, come on, we're trying to do something nice here.
That is so friggin' beautiful. Absolutely. Look at it. It's 3 minutes after 9. We put in some overtime.
I told you we could do it.
Get out of here.
I told you.
Oh.
Shout out to Sheet Metal Jesus. We appreciate your text this morning. Congratulations to our buddy Tire Guy Jesus. Today's the last day of his current job, and he's very excited to be starting a new one on Monday. Happy 22nd to Tummy Cripple Jesus. Happy birthday to Spanky from Machinist Viking Jesus and Cowboy Trucker Jesus. And Word Jesus is checking in from Belize. Looking for a birthday shout-out to his mom, Mama Duck. Jesus, have a great Wednesday.
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.